Ah, man, my hair looks like I took a nap.
And we're live. Oh my god.
As soon as we get on.
Yeah,
Oh
I had to take a sad nap.
man.
I wasn't, you know what? I wasn't upset. I was upset because, like I said, like I told Yogi off air, KLC's play calling put Cousins in that position. They should have been running the ball. If you keep running the ball, you're not dropping back to pass on
They
that
couldn't
play.
run though.
You got to stick with it. You got to stick with it. Load up the box. You got 10 tight ends on your team to help you run the ball. You know, he just he gives up too soon on the run. And another thing, don't run Madison, run Akers, run run Ty Chandler. You got other backs. This love affair with Madison, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But
Because I mean, I know they have other. I know they have other guys on. I know we can finally see what Jaron Hall can do. I understand all
Mhm.
that, but Cousins was playing his best he's ever played.
Oh yeah.
and that's usually how it works. They play their best and something happened. I've seen it with so many players. It's like the best the career of the year of their lives so far, and then they get this injury like this and they're done.
Is there any chance it's not a tear? Like maybe it's a strain?
He's done.
I think he's done.
It's a tear. He's done. They're going to do an MRI tomorrow, but all reports are he's going to be gone for the year. So, wouldn't be
So
some,
do we roll with Jaron Hall or do they trade for? A rap is talking Murray. I don't want Murray.
no.
Um,
You don't want Murray because first of all, Murray's contract is worse than Cousins.
and he does not. Football has not his main focus.
Football is not his focus, so you don't want him. You do not want him. Um,
Yogi, what's the list of backup quarterbacks or free agent quarterbacks that are out there?
well, here's the ones I know that are out there are Carson
Wentz.
Wentz, Matt Ryan.
I don't want Matt. You know, I hate to say it.
I actually like Matt Ryan. I could roll with Matt Ryan. He's a veteran.
I mean, what
Yeah,
about Wentz?
Brady's out there. Wentz is out there.
Well,
Brady's
can
done.
Tom Brady even play since he's got partial ownership of the Raiders?
No, I think he filled out his paperwork that he's retired too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he'd have to fill out paperwork to get reinstated and everything else. But he's he's part owner of a team now.
Yeah.
He's got minority ownership, so I think that's how.
Well, does he just like Harbaugh too? Can he make a franchise altering decision by being a minority owner?
So Nick Foles is out there. I mean, if you really
Yeah,
want,
yeah, Sarah, you're welcome anytime.
yeah, Sarah, come on in.
Do we I mean, do we want a guy who hasn't played in 2 years though?
Well, you know what? With an injury at this point of the season, you really have no choices. Your pickings are slim.
Well, I think Jaron Hall definitely starts against the Falcons.
Right. I think they're going to go with familiarity, and I'll tell you what, the Vikings will probably bring back Colt McCoy.
What about when Mullins is healthy?
No.
No.
I'm saying I know we don't want that, but do you
Yeah.
think they might try that?
I'd
It's hard
rather
to say. It's
I
hard to
would
say.
rather trade for Huntley or Trey Lance.
I would really prefer to have just see what we have in Jaron Hall because he knows the offense at least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
and also
even-
when you
even
put
if
him
we
out
have
there,
Jaron Hall and run with him,
mhm.
we're going to need a different backup, and it can't be Mullins, and it can't be Mannion.
Can't be Mullins or Mannion. But I mean, you can't. But here's the thing, though: KOC cannot put Hall out there like he did today.
Yeah, I just
What
think
up, 404? What up, young cringe?
I just think people are going to realize how good Kirk Cousins really was.
I never said Kirk Cousins was bad. I just
No, you're not. But there are people out there who think he's not a good quarterback.
they're gonna see it. But guess what? There's a lot of things in Kirk Cousins' game, as
But he
well
was
as he
doing
was
that.
playing, that he he hasn't done. He hasn't. It took him 6 years to do it, though.
Hey,
mean,
maybe. Hey, some of us ain't too bright to play football. It takes a while for that light to
Well,
kick
if that's
on.
if it took him 12 or 13 years to do it, then there's a problem with Kirk.
Well, look at Rich Gannon. How long did it take him to become the MVP?
And Kirk, and Rich gives his credit to Mike
Exactly.
McCarthy.
David.
He gives it to Mike McCarthy as a
Yeah.
quarterback.
So I mean,
So
like we've seen Cousins do stuff the last 2 years that he's never done before.
right,
All those fourth quarter comebacks last year, the stuff that he was doing this year.
right.
So
I tell you what,
maybe KOC's unlocked something on him. I don't know.
from the time the injury happened until 4 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, my life is going to be a living hell. Until
I have not been this sad since Bridgewater
I'm
got
not.
hurt.
You know what? I'm not even sad.
I am, because I can see the possibility of this, because we're like, well, can they do this 2 weeks in a row? Well, they played very well 2 weeks in a row. So that they were going to go on a run. And, when you're playing well, even though you may not be the best talented team, but when you're playing well as a team, I mean, look, you can go on those runs. Look at the both years the Giants won the Super Bowl. They weren't the best team, but they didn't have the best players.
But
played well
they
as a
caught
team.
they caught lightning in a bottle in the playoffs. Unfortunately, that's the way the Wilfs are thinking.
what up, Dayon?
That's the worst way to think.
Well, they don't have the talent to be a Super Bowl team.
They don't. So it's all on hope.
But they were playing, well as a team and as a unit.
Well, and here's the thing now. If you thought the defense was carrying them before, it's going to be carrying them big time now. The defense is going to carry them now.
Well, I see. Here's another thing: did the defense play well, or is Love just that bad?
It's a little. No, Green Bay's that bad.
Yeah,
it's a little both. Green Bay is terrible.
Oh, I listened to the post game show. It made me feel a little bit better.
Did you listen to their vent line?
Yeah.
I haven't listened to their vent line yet.
It's on YouTube. They're the Milwaukee radio stations on YouTube. They're like, this one guy's like, oh, they're only going to win the 4 games this year. They need to tank. They need to do this. I'm like, welcome to what the rest of the world, rest of the NFL.
We told them. We told you guys once you had no more Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Yeah,
reality was going to set in.
They're complaining about the penalties today. Well, those penalties that they called against you guys do that every time you play Minnesota. They just haven't called them because you had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
The Packers have done that all year.
Yeah,
they listed their penalties.
Yeah,
and they're all just terrible.
And now that you don't have Hall of Fame quarterbacks,
what up, Mafia?
The refs aren't going to look the other way.
And here's another thing too. Flores today didn't blitz like he did last week. He usually only rushed 3 or 4.
Love's completion percentage goes up when you pressure him. But
he made that, and then he made that one completion where he basically Harrison Phillips had him wrapped up.
Yeah,
and he made that completion. But I mean, Hall's not the answer, and I think they realize that in Green Bay. Love is not the answer.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I want them to win 6 or 7 games, so they're like, maybe we can work with those, so they keep them a couple more years.
Well, here's a kicker. Now, I watched the Atlanta-Tennessee game.
Ritter did he get benched?
Ritter got benched. I think it was for a concussion, but he didn't look good in the first place. Atlanta doesn't look good. So guess what? That game is still winnable for the Vikings.
All right. Project Easy has a question. Honest question to everyone. Do we want to win, like, for real?
I always want them to win.
I always want them to win, but now reality has set in that you need a franchise. You need a quarterback. I mean, there's no way. If I'm the Vikings, I do not re-sign Kirk Cousins next year.
The Trey Lance thing is interesting, though. They should have traded for him because
he was out there. Something, I don't know if he's still getting over his knee injury or whatever, but he's a young quarterback that KOC could work with.
But is there anybody realistically
that could come in right now? No.
Who would be better than Hall realistically?
Huntley.
No.
It's a way different offense, though.
Way different offense.
I do not want Cam.
They are not trading Hunter. Stop it, everybody. Hunter is not going anywhere.
Who said trade?
No, especially after the game.
David Ditter.
Yeah, David Ditter, who said he was happy Cousins got hurt today.
So I mean, Hunter's not going anywhere. So if anybody, your only two pieces you could probably trade are Cleveland, who's hurt, so you're
And
not going to
Kate.
get any value there, and well, Yogi brought it up, Madison.
Nobody's
I
gonna
would
take.
have.
We're gonna have to give up a pick with Madison just to have somebody.
I would have left his. We would have had to do what
Yeah.
the Rams did when the Rams gave us Acres. They're like, well, here we'll give you Acres and we'll give you a draft pick just to get rid of him.
He said, "Who's the backup to Stafford?" Let me go check.
I think it's
That's
that one guy who started the playoff game, I believe.
Stetson or whatever.
Bennett, Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
Was Stetson Bennett? I don't know. One of them has played well too, but you can't. I mean, here's the thing: you're going to need those pieces on defense.
Yeah,
Down the road.
Defense. We need defense now.
We're gonna
now.
need-
Now.
Yes.
Hey, would the Rams be in a freaking fire sale and get rid of Stafford?
After today,
I would take Stafford.
no. I'm not taking Stafford.
He's injured.
He's hurt. He got hurt today.
Oh,
He
did
got hurt. Damn.
That's probably why they got their ass kicked in.
Yeah, he got hurt today.
Oh my God.
There really isn't anybody.
No, we're basically literally scraping the bottom of the
Well, I
barrel.
thought McCoy was
for
already on the
quarterback.
practice roster.
No, they let McCoy go. They let McCoy go, and I think they signed Mannion.
Well, if Cousins is hurt, we don't need Mannion.
That's true. That's why I say bring back McCoy. At least
Yeah.
he knows the playbook.
Man.
And Wentz, you could probably work with.
Yeah,
Like-
if Wentz is even in football shape, that's the problem.
Yeah.
For the first time, Vikings didn't do the Vikings thing. They actually won a game after a big win, and this happens. Ugh.
That's why I'm so pissed.
I'll tell you what,
I know we talk a lot like last year. We're like, oh yeah, we were telling ourselves this team is good, even though we really didn't believe it. So when the national media goes, this team is fraud, they're your team, so you're going to defend your team. But we all knew that they were frauds. This year,
But here's the thing, though.
This was different.
Viking fans, especially the Kirk stands, were delusional. What was the thing that came out of their mouths all year? Oh, we don't have to worry. Kirk never gets hurt. Okay, guess what? Reality just hit you in the mouth. Now
I don't think there's ever been a player who's never gotten hurt. Because Brett Favre, to be honest with you, should have missed some of those games that he started. He just, played.
It's called pills.
Yeah, I'm talking like modern day times.
Yeah.
So Rap says, shouldn't we see what Hall can do with the ones and a full week of reps?
Well, he's definitely starting the Atlanta game.
Play. He's going to
Yeah,
play
he's
the
gonna
Atlanta
play.
game. Here's the thing, though.
Because even if Cousins is out, so let's say it's only let's say it's not a full tear. Let's just say it's a strain.
It's a tear.
He's still
a tear.
I'm just saying for conversation's sake, even if it was for 4 weeks, Jared Hall would still play next week. So
now here's the question: who's going to call the play for Hall? Because in preseason it was Phillips.
Yeah.
So who's going to call the play? Is it going to be KOC or is it going to be Phillips?
Well, maybe with the week of practice, he can get used to KOC calling the plays.
I'd almost rather have. I don't know if I'd rather have him because Phillips kind of let him do rollouts and stuff like that, whereas KOC keeps him in. Well, he can do that with Kirk because Kirk is that type of quarterback, but Hall's more athletic. Got to give him credit.
But that's what I'm afraid of. What James said. Nick Mullins will be back. So
he'll be back in another week or two.
So when he comes back, do they go to him because he does have starter experience,
and he was in San Francisco with
right, and he does know the offense because he's been here 2 years.
All I know is if they signed to answer Rap's question, if they get another quarterback, that's going to tell us how they feel about Jaron Hall because they've seen him in practice.
Well, and right now, KOC's not committed to. He's already not committed to Jaron Hall. So,
well, I think he's trying to say that he wants to fully find out the Cousins injury before he commits to it. Is what I got from that conference.
Yeah, you know what?
But-
And with here's the thing with the Vikings. Whatever they say, I take with a grain of salt because they do a lot of double talk. They do, PR wise, they do a lot of double talk. Say one thing, do another, or they don't do anything at all. So,
What up,
you
T Bass?
Hi guys. Hey, is it just me, or had a little while to digest this? I'm kind of like in a calming nature that we finally have a way out to move on from Kirk Cousins. Let's see what this kid can do. That's a positive thing. Another positive thing is KOC's going to have to commit more to the running. Another positive thing. Let's see what he can. Maybe he's a bridge gap to getting our franchise first. We can finally move on to Kirk Cousins.
I actually have no problem with starting Hall. I have no problem with it at all because, like you said, you're going to have to move on from Cousins eventually.
Yeah,
and everybody wants to, the Kirk stands want to hang on to him, and that's the problem. It's
Yeah.
Well, my theory doesn't. Now that he's hurt, probably get the conclusion Monday. But my theory is that they're going to re-sign him just to take money off the dead cap space. But now that he's hurt,
cheaper contract.
They should just eat that. They should just eat it now.
It's a cheaper contract. If now that he's had this injury, this is a major injury, and his age, that actually works in the Vikings' favor as far as negotiations go.
What I don't want to see
does he heal?
What I don't want to see is being, I don't want to say stupid trades, but just trade to get into the playoffs and lose a game in round one.
Well, they're in the playoffs as of right now.
Yeah, I know. But
so that's what that's the mindset that they're going to be going off of.
Here's what you do, and I know what T-Bass is saying.
I don't want to be giving up a lot of draft capital.
You don't want them to make a knee-jerk reaction to a temporary problem that's going to affect them long term.
Right. To put a Band-Aid on a wound that needs staples.
But let's once again, Judd Zolgad said this. It's not up to Kwesi. It's up to the Wilfs.
Oh yeah.
Kwesi's just going to be the mouthpiece.
Were the Wilfs the one who dictated the Bradford trade, or was that a Rick Spielman thing?
That was a knee-jerk reaction by Spielman. The reason Mark Wilf is so paying attention to what the team does now is because of what Spielman did later on. The trades that he made, the money that he gave out, the contracts. Right. So now they don't want that to happen again. I mean, so that's why the Wilfs, or at least Mark, is involved.
Everybody wanted to see what this kid could do for the possibility of maybe being able to move on from Kirk. Well, now here's the opportunity.
The circumstance was way different when people were saying that, though.
Yeah,
they were 1-3. They looked dead, but the last 3 weeks that they've been playing ball is way different than the first half of the season. It's amazing when you don't turn the ball over. What happens?
Curtis.
But I want to see what Jaron Hall does. I don't want them to trade a first round pick this year and a first round pick this year to get a quote unquote Kyler Murray like they were talking about. I don't want that. I would like to see what Jaron Hall does. So hey, who knows? Maybe Jaron Hall could be this year's Brock Purdy.
Exactly.
And by the way, people, Kyler Murray's contract
is awful.
Is terrible. It's worse than Cousins. You bring him up here, you set your franchise back another 5-6 years.
Dude, so the way they've been playing the last 2 weeks was hurt. Do you honestly think they were a Super Bowl contender?
No.
Me neither. So, I mean, that's where I'm at. I didn't think they were a Super Bowl contender.
Right.
So let's see what this kid can do.
But here's the thing, though. This is the problem. We knew they weren't a Super Bowl contender. Unfortunately, our ownership, the only thing they worry about is getting into the playoffs. And
I know.
It's taking it from there. We said that last night.
But what I'm saying is, when you look at the roster, yes, this is not a Super Bowl roster. But sometimes you can overcome that by playing as a team and how well they were playing. Now maybe they peaked too early, and maybe by the time the playoffs roll around, they weren't. They go back. But what I'm saying now, the weird thing about it is we'll never know.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
No,
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I still think the Eagles are probably the best team in the NFC.
And it doesn't hurt.
AFC, I have no idea because I can't believe the Chiefs lost.
It also doesn't hurt with the scheduling. We got a light schedule.
Yeah.
We don't play any, and as far as I'm concerned,
the Bengals look good today.
The Bengals did look good today, but the rest of the league is just so average. So any given Sunday actually does hold water. So now you start Jaron Hall next week in Atlanta.
So
Atlanta's having problems of their own, and they're leading their division.
So now we got a JC. Now we have a JH, a TJ, a JT, a JJ, and a JA.
We got too many initials on this team.
So I mean, if you make a trade, bring a quarterback in right now, you might as well just say Jared Hall, we're done. You're basically telling them.
You know what though, and that would be a slap in the face to Jaron. Then why'd you even draft him?
In the words of Mike Zimmer, we've seen him play. So.
I wouldn't say it would be a slap to the face to Jaron Hall. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It depends on who they bring in. If they bring in someone like Kyler Murray, then yes. But if they bring in someone like Wentz for 1 year to finish the year out, then maybe not. But
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Here's my thing. You hyped. It even came out of KLC's mouth. He hyped Jaron Hall as the big reason why the defense had improved in practices because he's running the scout team practices. So, okay, he's good enough to run a scout team practice, but you don't trust him in a game?
Huh. Look what James Bowman said. How about the Ravens back up?
Oh, Hundley.
Those two, they would have to totally change the whole offense for that guy.
I just don't want to give up draft capital. Let's see what all
we don't. And here's the thing:
the Ravens will trade him because
we don't have draft capital. We don't have it.
The Ravens will never trade him. Lamar Jackson gets hurt too much.
I'm hearing crazy stuff like bring in Henry or bring back Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook, have you seen his stats this year?
Dalvin's not coming. Dalvin's not coming back.
Well, the Jets should have never signed him because Breece Hall.
Breece Hall showed it today.
Yeah,
he's the man. Yeah. It's his team.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, people are like, trade for Henry. I'd be willing to give up a second round for him. No.
No, you don't want to give up your high draft choices because you're not going to get it back anytime soon.
Yeah,
you don't have the capital.
Those are valuable.
I mean, I'm sad because I see the potential that this team had. Kirk was playing his best. This is the Kirk Cousins that when people say I'm a Kirk stan, I'm not really a Kirk stan because I do point out his negatives. But when people ask me why I like Kirk, the way that he's been playing the last 3 weeks is why I like Kirk because I know that he has the – he was playing like a top 5 quarterback the last 3 weeks.
I've always said –
but he just didn't do it consistently. That's what was frustrating to me about it. But – we'll see what Jaron Hall does. I like the kid. I'm glad they drafted him coming out of college. He was good at BYU. And their style is it's lightly pro style. It's more wide open than a pro style, but they do run some pro style stuff. So
does he run much?
Jaron Hall? Yeah, he can run.
He can when he has to. He's like
that can help the running game, huh?
He's like our Hurts, where he will stay in the pocket, but he'll run when he has to.
He's not going to sit back in a pocket and just sit there. Right. He's going to run.
But Cousins isn't moving the last couple weeks, though.
Yeah, but look at who he's played.
I know, but what I'm saying though, even when he was playing bad teams before,
and he moved today, and look what happened.
But I mean, Darisaw finally got beaten. That's actually it's the one time Darisaw.
And here's the thing, though. I don't even blame Darisaw for that. I blame Kirk. I blame KOC for calling the damn play.
Right? No, I'm not blaming Darisaw either. I'm just saying it was a coincidence that Darisaw finally got a pressure against him, and it was when Cousins got hurt. Because the reason there was a sack on that play is because Cousins got hurt before the sack.
So, what's your theory on all these Achilles injuries? last several.
Okay, from one who has torn their Achilles, I tore mine at the
I'm so glad I
Metrodome.
haven't.
I tore mine on the old artificial turf, and it sucked. It took me 2 years to even decide to do semi-pro football again. It happens a lot more in football than we expect. It could be the cleats, it could be conditioning. Who knows?
Could it be?
Well, there really is not an exercise for that.
It used to be turf. It's usually
could
the
it be-
turf.
Could it be? I was thinking today. Could it be that today's athlete, with their weight training and everything, focuses on so much getting more power in their legs, and that there's not really a way to build strength Achilles, that they just can't handle the power these guys are generating anymore. It seems like we see a lot more than we used to 10, 20 years.
Well, the players nowadays, it's kind of weird with how they do the team like training and stuff like that. Like what is it? Oh, strength and conditioning. It's almost like they most teams specify like one area in the body and not the whole body. So, and that could be it. It also could be maybe just a freak accident.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, this was on grass, so
Yeah, this
Well,
was and by the way,
I was getting ready to bring that up. Everybody's talking about this new synthetic
Yeah,
field turf.
it was on grass.
It was on grass. So
And
there goes that
last
whole
year,
idea.
the same thing happened to Brian O'Neill in
Yep.
Green Bay, tore his Achilles. So, and also with Achilles, it depends on the player's mental makeup, but sometimes you're apprehensive. It's when you tear an Achilles, you're kind of leery about putting any kind of weight or doing anything on that again. You're scared of another tear. So you have to get past that.
Oh, Mr. Eric, Miss Sarah knows she can say whatever she wants to say whenever she
Yeah.
wants to say.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, Sarah.
She might
Yeah.
be.
But
she
I was
might
gonna
be
bring
driving. I don't
I was
know.
going to bring this comment up because if you this there might be a lot to this, because if you look at Rogers' injury and you look at Cousins, it was just a simple step back,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it just happened to be that the right time and the right conditions, you know.
And face it, these guys ain't young.
no.
They're 36 and 39.
And y'all want to get Kirk
I mean,
a 3-year deal.
Getting down.
No,
Hey,
so I did not want to give Kirk a
so
3-year deal.
getting
That
down
was the other
nowadays,
ones. That was other guys up here.
getting down to pick up something is not the issue. It's getting back up when you get older.
I'll
So,
tell you this: if Kwesi doesn't make any moves by the trade deadline, then yes, start Jaron Hall for the rest of the season. Don't even worry about getting a veteran quarterback. I'll be okay with Mannion or whoever as Hall's backup.
What are you willing to give up, Yogi,
For what?
for bringing in help?
Oh man, you're not on Twitter, huh?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I put about like 5 mock drafts.
I do like the idea of Wentz, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Wentz isn't even in shape, guys.
Man,
He
I-
hasn't. He didn't even go to. He hasn't played. I mean, he's injury prone himself.
yeah.
I think
I'm
we're
hearing crazy
Oh,
stuff.
I'm
Like,
not talking as a starter. I'm talking as a backup to Hall.
Even as a backup, though,
I
he's
got a
injury
trade
prone.
for the Minnesota Vikings, man.
What you got?
What do you got,
Josh
Joe?
Jacobs, man, the running back from the Raiders, man.
what you gonna give up
What
for?
are you going to give up?
I'm
The
gonna give
Raider-
up Madison in a 4th or 5th
I think
round
the
pick for
Raiders
him.
want to get rid of. I think the Raiders may not want to get rid of their players, but I think the players want to leave.
The players want out. Yeah,
That's what I'm
Jacobs does
saying.
want out.
If we could give him
Jacobs
Madison
and
and
Devontae
a
Adams
5th round
went
pick.
out. So
Josh Jacobs would be a big upgrade.
Here's the thing: you could. The bottom line is, you could put anybody back there to play quarterback. You got to run the damn ball, KOC.
It's
You
not
gotta
their
run-
identity.
you gotta run-
though.
He's got to. He got his identity. He ain't got no identity.
they average
Tony,
2 yards a carry
that's the
against the
He
30th ranked rush.
He
defense
wants to
today.
be. He wants to be Sean McVay, who doesn't run the ball. You're not Sean McVay.
But hey, Tony,
Run the damn ball.
that boy
Yep.
Madison had 19 carry for 36 yards.
Here's my problem with that. Why are they feeding him the ball all the damn
don't
time?
know.
Where was Akers? Where was Chandler? You got these other guys that run the ball. You got 10 damn tight ends on the damn team that you could put out there to make a jumbo line. And you don't do it. You're still spreading them out.
If they're going to if they're going to get the ball somewhere for 19 yards and 19 carries for 37 yards, they might as well be fucking ham.
And I'm gonna say
Ham can break
this.
tackles and score a touchdown. You know.
And I want people to seriously think about this. At that late stage in the game, where the game was heading, you've already got a comfortable 14-point lead. You're taking time off the clock. What the fuck are you doing throwing the goddamn ball? Why?
Because he loves to throw.
Because he doesn't know how to call an offense. Run the damn ball. Why did you sign these tight ends? Why? You've got Reisner. You still got Quisenberry. Put them out there.
As a
Put them out there as big, 6 off big bookends. And plus, not to mention, don't forget, our wide receivers have been getting hurt earlier. KJ Wright got hurt, then Brandon Powell got hurt. So you were thin at wide receiver. Run the damn ball. It's not rocket science.
I have a question for one of you guys, because you guys are knowledgeable. I think about it. Who on the defensive side, a coach, do you think is absorbing a lot of Brian Flores' knowledge? So, because if Flores leaves next year, is there somebody that may be learning from him that can step in and
He gonna take his people with him.
Well, technically,
He gonna take his people with
the
him.
Vikings do already have a built-in coordinator, and that would be the assistant head coach Mike Pettin. But he was the Packers
No, I'm he
defensive
trash.
coordinator, and he wasn't very good at it. So, right now, as far as the younger crew goes, hard to say. What's his name took a leave? Chris Rumpf. He took a leave. He's not with the team right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. He took a leave last week.
And I don't think Flores is going to be
All right,
here.
let's bring in some Hicks then.
Then why is it Hicks on the damn team?
Because he's probably sitting on the same couch as Carson Wentz.
No, it's played. I don't know. I
Do you
want to
think
see.
Flores will be there next year?
Who?
Who's that?
Flores?
No,
Think he's on next year?
I think Flores gets a head coaching gig.
not with what
he's
he's done
gonna
with
be
it. Not with what he's done with this defense compared to
Yeah.
last year.
And I didn't see the years. I didn't see the yards today, but I'm sure he's probably moved that defense up.
I would say Flores won't be here. Will still be here if he's quote unquote still blackballed to get a head coaching job.
I think somebody will take a chance on him. I think somebody will take a chance.
It would have to be like a Kraft or
The Raiders may fire McDaniels.
Yeah, the Raiders might fire McDaniel. Washington.
Yeah,
I think it'll come down to Bieniemy or Flores, and I think that's a Magic Johnson effect.
right. And then let's see.
Another question I
The
got.
Falcons aren't playing well either. So
Oh yeah, true. He would fit right in
Arthur
Atlanta.
Blank don't care.
Yeah.
You were talking about Kwesi might step away next year. Here's a wild thing. Do you think if they offered it to him and he took it, do you think Tony Dungy would make a good deal?
I think Tony's happy in the press box.
Yeah,
Well, but do you think he would make a good GM?
Hard to say. He knows football. I'd run with him before anybody else. But he's seen that side too, and he's in his golden years. He's not gonna.
Well, kind of like the whole Bill.
What
Bill
about Chris
Cowher.
Carter?
Every time
No,
Bill Cowher going back to coaching.
Would make a good GM?
no. Chris Carter would not make a good GM.
Yeah,
No.
that goes back to the Bill Cowher thing. People want him to come back to be a coach. That dude got no stress being on TV.
The one former player that I think could probably make a big deal. I don't know what he's doing now. His name even came up for co-commissioner was Matt Burke.
What about Bucky Brooks?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bucky Brooks.
Matt Burke would probably make a hell of a GM.
But Bucky Brooks is one. There are some football people out there. The problem is, do they want to come up here and deal with the Wilfs? Because the Wilfs now, basically, because Kwesi's got to do whatever the Wilfs say.
I mean, does Tony have good ties with the Vikings still? He left on defense.
Hold on a
right?
second. We got a question. Tony, you want to explain this to Dylan so he understands a little bit more?
I explained it earlier, a long time ago. Quezzy does not have the control that everybody thinks he does. He's working for the Wilfs, and the Wilfs are telling him what to do. It could get to the point where it gets at the end of the year where he says, to hell with it, I'm out of here. And now the spotlight's going to be on him big time because this, whatever they do at the quarterback position now, falls completely on Quezzy. So if it works, maybe. If it don't work, it could be a problem. So
first of all,
What's
I
up?
want to say thank you to everybody who's watching right now. We have 26 viewers. I think that is one of the highest you've ever had for my post game show. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, not only to the Skull TYA Catch 84, but to Purple and Gold 24/7, the Zoe and the podcast, and also our man that just showed up, Mr. Purple and Gold Skull for Days. Purple and Gold for Days. Sorry, Justin Ice Tea.
What's up, Justin?
I only got a couple minutes, but when I saw my guy T-Bass on the mic, I said, I got to get in here and say hello to my guy. What's up, T-Bass?
Hey, Justin, thanks for making this stream uglier. Now, I'm not the ugliest guy on here. Thank God for Sarah to bring some beauty to this.
Yes, no doubt about it. Hey, if y'all didn't catch me and Rap earlier, it's on my channel. We decided not to split them anymore, so we go every other week. So we tried to send a raid over to you, so hopefully some people came over to watch you guys. But it's just kind of it's an interesting day. Like I said on my show, it's like I should be thrilled that we just put a W by 14 points on Lambeau Field. But now it's just like, okay, great. Now what do we do? So
time to move on.
Yeah.
Well, it's like what Rap said. The 49er game is the only game that we won that we were truly happy where we could say that was a good win, because all the other wins was, well, they won, but
it's a division game, so that helps. But it's just, this ain't the Packers. This ain't the Packers we're used to.
Right.
Well, it's the
This
Packers
ain't
I grew
Aaron
up
Rodgers. This ain't
Yeah.
Brett Favre. Like the first time we beat the Packers with Aaron Rodgers, I was just like, yeah, this kind of feels a little empty. Now, eventually, it wasn't empty anymore because Rodgers went on to be a Hall of Famer. But having said that, yeah, it feels kind of empty. That
This game honestly reminds me of playing the Packers in the 70s. Literally, the Packers didn't have the marquee players or nothing, and it was just another game.
You never know what you got. I was thinking today when I was a kid, one of my favorite non-Vikings players was Earl Campbell. I remember when he went down, they put a guy in, hell was his name? Rob Carpenter?
Rob Carpenter.
And nobody ever heard of that guy, and that guy was just fabulous. Nobody probably would have ever heard of that guy if Campbell didn't go down.
And then when Campbell got healthy, they actually traded Rob Carpenter to the Giants, and he helped the Giants make the playoffs.
Yes.
In Lawrence Taylor's rookie year in '81.
So
and he looked good.
So you never know when a guy gets his opportunity. So let's give Paul a chance.
I tell you what,
absolutely.
I know when the draft is coming, I'm not working that day because we are going to be getting our quarterback of the future in the first round. We have to.
Well, it's a win-win situation.
unless Hall balls out.
Exactly. It's
unless Hall balls out. You've got to see what Hall can do.
Exactly.
We get to see what he can do now. We get to see. That's why I don't want to make any, like you said, Tony, knee-jerk reaction. A guy in here just to play the rest of the season. Let's give Paul a chance. Get him in there, and let's see what we got.
And it's not like our upcoming opponents are like the toughest in the NFL.
Right. It's a good situation,
It's
a good set of opponents. And like I said earlier, it's a win-win situation. If Jaron Hall balls out and becomes the next Russell Wilson, well, now you know what you have in him, and he's the starter, and then you can use your first-round pick on something other than quarterback. And if he's garbage, well, now you know you need a quarterback, and you'll be picking higher than you would have anyway. So it sucks from the standpoint of could we have won the next 6 games and really gotten ourselves in a position to maybe get to the divisional round? Sure. But from a future standpoint, I can't wait to the Saints game where he's got a really good offensive line, Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson.
And Justin
to throw the ball to.
Jefferson.
Yep. So
And Justin Jefferson.
anyway,
yeah.
I gotta oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just agreeing. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, okay.
we got a avenue to go down.
We get 2 Sarahs.
Yeah, we got 2 Sarahs. All right.
Two Sarahs.
I don't know
You got a
what's
twin
going
sister
on
or
with my
something, Sarah?
connection. I keep losing connection. So.
What's the only thing better than Sarah? 2 Sarahs.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, I'm gonna dip out. I only had a couple minutes. I wanted to say hello to T-Bass. And T-Bass, jokes aside, thank you so kindly for all your support, and thank you for your service as well, my friend. It's been an absolute blast getting to know you and having you in the chat and all that other good stuff. So,
Hey, Justin, wait,
yeah.
real quick before you leave, I was telling people, did you see the play where the ball blew the wind blew the ball off the tee and Jackson had to hold it? Foul job that Lewis Dean can be good at.
Line of the night so far that I've heard anyway. Anyway, y'all have a good night.
Have a good one, Justin.
Yeah, bye.
As T-Bass once said, Lewis still ain't seen him.
He was out there. He was out there today. I saw him, but I seen him lined up, and I just happened to look up, and I saw number 6. I'm like, oh, there's Scene. So he was on kickoffs, but other than that,
I mean, Jaron Hall did make a good throw for that first down to T.J. Hawkinson today. He fit that in a hole.
he did.
So it is there, you know.
Sure, let's see it. I mean, and he's got a week to prepare now. So you know,
he's got a week. He's got a week to work with the ones.
Deion says, "See what Hall has." The team has the player.
And their Atlanta's defense is decent, but they're not great.
Yeah,
Atlanta as a team is not that good.
Right. Their offensive line is not bad, but
Right.
not good enough to keep the Vikings from doing what they need.
Bijan Robinson scares me. I'm not gonna lie, but
if they play him,
yeah, that's if they even play him. So I mean,
how much we would like to have DTR right now?
You know what drives me nuts? You know what drives me nuts with KOC for a guy who wants to throw the damn ball so much, not commit to run? How about a draw play?
It would probably work if Madison wasn't in the backfield when he does it.
I mean,
why?
The problem,
and teams are probably going to blitz a lot more, correct? With all there. So that's
scary.
That's just help the run game a little bit.
Oh, scary.
A coach quarterback at the same time.
You know what? In his ego, he'd probably do that.
How old is he?
39. 38, 39.
Oh, my God.
Player coach.
Oh,
He's younger than Tom Brady.
oh yeah.
You never know.
Well, they failed Skull Mafia because that Madison was the one running it.
Madison was the one running it. That was a problem.
You got to get his ass out the building.
Madison
If you
cannot
ever
be on that
watch-
field.
If you watch the All 22 with the Vikings, there's holes there. Madison's just not hitting them.
He's not hitting them. He's the hole will be one direction. He'll run in the complete opposite. He did that before. That was his problem. That cost us a game in Seattle one year.
Yeah, I
He
remember
missed
that.
the hole.
By the goal line, right?
Yeah, by the goal line.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. I'm
So
about to head out.
if the
Hold
season
Let Sarah say something. She hasn't
I was
really.
going to say everyone was able to run against Green Bay except us. That is freaking pathetic.
That's why we need.
That's
Josh
very
Jacobs.
That's why and the runs were there.
Yeah, they're 30th in they're 30th in pass and run defense, allowing 140 yards a game, and you run for 19 carries for 37 goddamn yards.
Mm-hmm.
So if the season goes sideways for us, at some point, do you bring in McBride, see what he's got?
Is he on the practice squad or they flat out cut him?
Play
think he's on the
Taylor and
back.
play.
Hey, T-Bass.
Yeah.
I say we send Madison in a late round draft pick to the Raiders for Josh Jacobs.
I'd be fine with a fifth, but
Well, didn't he just re-sign a contract?
Yeah, he
No,
did.
it's a 1-year deal.
He signed a 1-year deal.
Okay.
Yeah,
he
send
signed a
him
1-year
Madison
deal.
in a 5th-round draft pick.
It's Josh,
I would be happy. I wouldn't mind that.
Josh McDaniel will take. Josh McDaniel is like a Quasi. He will take whatever.
Yeah.
Plus the Raiders ain't going nowhere.
No, and Josh McDaniel will be out of a job anyway at the end of the year.
Yeah,
So
plus he only on a 1-year deal anyway.
Yep.
Well, the Raiders, Devontae Adams, I would not be surprised if he doesn't get traded, because I think McDaniels is done. They need a quarterback. They need everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah, man.
Is McBride on the practice squad?
I think he is.
Last
Bring-
night,
Yeah,
I'm
they
pretty
brought
sure he is.
him back.
Well, you know what? Bring him up now before somebody grabs him.
Well, not only that, he may not be the fastest back, but he probably knows how to read a damn hole.
was
Yeah.
Yeah, Madison, man.
better now.
What's that,
I
Sarah?
said, especially since the O line is better now, he can probably run better.
And I'm going to defend the O-line. The holes were there. Madison wasn't running to him. He was going in the complete opposite direction of the hole.
That's why his ass gonna be on the field, man. Then we
Really
about to roll out a rookie quarterback. How we gonna have a rookie quarterback under center and we can't run it down football? That don't even match.
Well, you know what? KLC's got to change his philosophy now.
He got to change some damn players.
He's got to change his philosophy. And that's I mean, yeah, Kirk was that quarterback where you could throw. He can't do that no more.
No.
You know,
I
you
mean,
can't.
have to dink and dunk all the way down. You know, I'd rather see that than see Madison run.
You ain't lying, Madison.
I'd rather see any of that. I'd rather see that. And I don't want to see Madison, period. I'm done with Madison.
So
bring up McBride. Let's see what that.
Yeah.
McBride is on the practice squad.
Okay.
Bring him up.
Bring him up.
And Sean Mannion is on the practice squad for quarterbacks, and
cut his ass.
So they need to cut him, bring somebody else in. Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you guys: do you talk to Dallas and try to get Trey Lance up here?
Hell no.
That's a neat reaction to me. That's a neat reaction.
All right. So do you sign Carson Wentz?
No.
Hell no. You play Jared Hall.
Okay,
Yep.
so
But
North Dakota State is out of the question. That's all I wanted to say.
You need a backup for Hall, so they have to sign somebody.
It'll probably be Mullins.
Yeah, he's gonna be the backup.
Yeah, it'll probably be Mullins, but you're gonna need a third.
To be on the practice squad.
I think it's Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy was with the team, so he knows the playbook. He knows the personnel. I think it would be Colt McCoy.
Yeah, but see, I know Jared Hall better start.
Didn't he? When he was playing backup to Kyler?
Oh, is he on IR? Is Colt McCoy on IR?
Yeah, that was like this.
Let me check.
Didn't he? Was backup to Kyler.
He was back up to Kyler, but I think he was here in preseason, but he didn't stay.
Yeah, but I'm saying
What's Johnny Manziel doing? Just kidding.
He's probably at the strip club. But yeah, I mean, Colt McCoy is probably the one that they get here, and if he's on a practice squad, they can just take him off a practice squad because practice squad players are protected. Mullins is on IR.
Yeah, if McCoy is on injured reserve, it's not the Vikings injured reserve.
You know who looked okay today? Mayo Man.
Who did?
The Mayo Man. Will Levis.
Yeah, what happened there? They were just. I mean, I saw other draft things and all that stuff, and I'm like, he's not. I didn't want the Vikings to get him either, but then he plays today, and I'm kind of like, I don't know.
Man, that was one game.
I'm sorry, but after watching that documentary on Netflix about Johnny Manziel, I want no part of him.
No,
I didn't want him when they were.
I didn't like Manziel either. They hyped him up too much, and he was never going to be that good.
How's the kid for the Bears doing tonight?
The Bears are losing.
He looked ugly.
Yeah, he looks like a backup.
Bad tonight?
Yeah, he looks like a backup.
Chicago is where quarterbacks go to die.
No, I was just wondering how that kid was doing. That nobody heard up until the Vikings.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though, So James, you're saying that Mullins is back for the Atlanta game? I thought he was put on IR the same week or the week after Jefferson.
He was on IR like 2 weeks before.
Okay.
I think
People were
IR
saying-
2 weeks before.
People were saying trade to the Bears for Fields. Well,
No,
No,
about that.
No.
no.
I've already seen more from Jaron Hall throwing the ball than I have,
I'm going to be honest. I want nothing to do with Ohio State quarterbacks. I'm
Hell
sorry.
no.
I want nothing to do with Ohio State
because
quarterbacks.
CJ Stroud looked like an Ohio State quarterback.
He looked like an Ohio State quarterback today. CJ Stroud. He did. He looked like an Ohio State quarterback. I want nothing to do with Ohio State quarterbacks. They don't name one Ohio State quarterback that made it in the NFL besides Art Schlichter, who didn't stay long because he was gambling.
So going back to Young's comment here, when Sid Luckman is still your best when it comes to passing, and he was your quarterback in the 40s,
And they didn't really throw the ball in the 40s.
so you know that you do not have a good history of quarterbacks. When Jay Cutler is considered your best quarterback in the last 20 years, that's pretty bad.
I was going to say, didn't Cutler? I think Cutler broke some of his records when he was.
Yeah, but then Cutler got to be that little whiny baby that he was, and
and he never even passed for 4,000 yards.
no.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he quit in the championship game. I think he got a hangnail and didn't play the second half. So, but yeah, I mean, Vikings, they got to roll with Hall. You got to see what you got with them.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, you got to.
You gotta.
And
We have an avenue to get away from Kirk. Let's see what.
Well, you
Well, or
they
you
both
really,
have yak ability, so all
yeah.
yeah,
pass, short pass to them, and they can take care of the rest.
yeah, that's true. Just to dump off passes and let the players use their athletic ability and use their moves and let them do what they can.
Well,
do.
next week game is going to be his rough. It will probably be his roughest start because he doesn't have Justin Jefferson. But after that, he's going to have Justin Jefferson, so that'll help out a lot.
I'll tell you what, though, rookie to rookie, him and Addison, that could be a good combo. And he's gonna rely on Addison. And Addison looks like to me he can play. Addison can play.
Now are they saying Jefferson's 100% or?
I heard he was already running.
I heard he was running last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard he was never even.
Winston played for the Saints.
Winston's back up to Derek Carr.
I don't want Winston because he throws it to the other team just as much as he does it to his own.
Yeah,
that dude broke Brett Favre's record for.
Where is Andy Dalton?
He's in Carolina.
Oh yeah, he's in Carolina
Okay.
Because he almost started against the Vikings.
Yeah,
Cooper Rush.
Oh God, Cooper Rush. Now, see, Spielman would have signed Cooper Rush if he was still.
Well, yeah, because he played well against us.
Yeah, he would have signed him.
What
But
about the Eagles? Who's the Eagles backup?
Mariota.
No, I don't want him.
Yeah, they got Mariota.
Who's the backup to Mahomes?
Is it Henny?
That guy that used to be the backup to the Buccaneers, Blake Bortles or something.
Oh, it's
I can't remember his name.
It was Henny retired, I guess.
Where'd our producer Yogi go?
He's probably doing mock drafts.
Honestly, I don't care about backups. I want to give Paul a shot.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? And now, playoffs were kind of in the
The guy that ended Kaepernick's career, Blaine Gabbert.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's Gabbert.
I knew it started with E.
Hey, don't be surprised if you start hearing the Gardner Minshew BS.
He's playing right now.
Yeah,
well, if AR-15 wasn't hurt for the year, that would be a good. I wouldn't mind having him, but AR-15's hurt for the year, so they're stuck with him.
Yep.
Who knows? So, maybe Paul might turn into Case Keenum and have a magical 8-9 games.
You never know. You
never know.
Yeah.
Well, even with Hall as their quarterback, they're better than some of the teams they're playing.
Yeah. I put it this way: the Vikings are facing Taylor Heineke next week.
like I said, he
They're
has
gonna-
EJ to be his security blanket to check down to, and then when JJ comes back, JJ and Ja, they both can get so he just needs to toss passes to them and let them take care of it and roll with it as it is and see where it goes. And just go
JJ, what
We
up,
draft-
nephew?
Hey, JJ.
What up, JJ?
Okay, JJ, I don't hate the Wilfs, but they've made a ton of money out. They've made a ton of money with the team. Now
And they're
they've got to
giant,
put.
man. And
They
they're
got to put
giant.
some. They got to put some of that money towards the team. They have to. They have to. They have to put a quality product on the field to keep butts in the seats. You know, the stadium's paid up for now. They don't owe any money on the stadium. That's the biggest thing. So now they've got to put a product on the field that keeps Viking fans interested and keeps that stadium from being 50-50 with out-of-town fans or more. You got to put a product on the field. You know, that's just, I have no problem with the Wolves, but they're not football people. They're real estate developers, and they got their real estate.
It would help that if next week's game was at home as opposed to on the road too. But
KOC needs to really simplify everything with
no, it's all
Yeah.
They can't run the same stuff with Hall that they were running with Cousins.
Yeah, but the nice thing about Hall is he wasn't okay. He's being rushed into a starting role, but at least he's had all of preseason and 7 games now to
he started a couple of preseason games. He looked pretty good.
So it's not like he's coming in day one rookie as a starter. He's had some time to activate.
Scouting for self-scouting and playing with the defense, then he should be a good game manager, at least a decent game manager.
Right. But to be a game manager, you also have to, okay, listen here, KLC, run the damn ball.
Yeah.
Not with
That's what makes
exactly.
That's what makes
Purdy. You got to get Madison out of there.
That's what makes Purdy so good with San Francisco. Although he didn't look good again today, but that's what makes him look good.
I'll tell you what, Purdy is coming down to earth here, and so are the Niners.
Well, there's a reason why he was Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, now the 49ers are becoming irrelevant the way they're playing.
Yeah, because Madison is just making things. It's just going to make things harder for Hall because it's just second and 11, 3rd and 9, stuff like that. That it's like pointless.
At this point, Madison is a liability.
We need to revert back to the Zimmer running offense.
Okay, now folks, remember when Zimmer was coach, everybody bitched and moaned because he ran the ball too much. Now, other than me,
you got to have a balance. You got to have a balance,
and we're kind of lopsided
because the Chiefs with how great Mahomes is, the Chiefs still have balance.
Yeah, and
hey guys, gotta go. It's hard to say. It kind of sounds weird, but I'm a little excited about where the season's gonna lead. I mean, I want to see what this kid's got. That's a shitty thing to say with him getting hurt, but a little excited to see what he's got.
And that's what we've wanted to see. We wanted to see this kid anyway.
Yeah.
So now we've got the chance. I agree with you, T-Bass. I mean, it's different.
That is a silver lining in this, is that we get to see what Jaren Hall can do.
And like with Kirk being injured, the guys are probably going to pull together and help Hall along to make it easier for him too.
I will give KOC this credit. He's got that locker room to where they're tight.
Yeah.
So they're going to go to war with this kid.
Which goes back to my point earlier about the Vikings may not be the most talented team to win the Super Bowl, but they're playing like a team that believes in each other. And that's a scary team.
Right. But when you got KOC calling the plays, I'm not too worried. But anyway.
I think he's done. I think he's done okay the last 2 weeks. I think Kirk may have bailed him out. But
he put it this way, you put Hunter you put Hall in a situation near your goal line.
Right.
With under 4 minutes to play, and you've got a 14-point lead.
So in that situation, why don't they do?
That's probably because
why don't they bring in?
It matter.
Bring in another offensive tackle, so you have 6 offensive tackles bring in C.J. Ham, so you have both tight ends, another tackle with C.J. Ham,
Because you were
to
down
run-
to one. You
to
were only
run the
down.
ball.
Yeah, you were only down to one wide receiver because
Yeah,
Powell got hurt, and so did
KJ.
Osborne earlier, who almost had 100 yards. He was 99 yards.
Yeah.
But you gotta just pound the ball, and if Madison's not doing it, turn to Akers. If Akers isn't doing it, you put Chandler in there. Chandler returned to kick and didn't see the field for the rest of the day.
By the way, that call
That hold,
on Pace was ridiculous.
yeah,
It was ridiculous, man.
yeah. I've seen worse, but it's and I'm not even going to get into the referees and all that bullshit they do, but you just, to me, bottom line is KOC put Kirk in a situation that he got hurt.
Yeah, he ain't run the ball.
Yeah, he didn't run the ball. That's on KOC. And then you throw Jaron Hall out there. I mean, when you've got the national sports guys saying, what the hell are you doing throwing the ball at your own goal line with a kid who hasn't taken a snap all year, and you're not running the ball, and you're winning comfortably to take time off the clock because the Packers had burned up all their timeouts with 4 minutes left. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, that goes back to how bad the Packers are. First and goal, and you're in the shotgun formation. This ain't college, man. This ain't college.
And once again, I'm going to give credit. We've been talking about that Viking defensive line, but them big boys were beating them up today.
Bullard back to back. Bullard stopped him.
Bullard, Phillips.
Yeah.
By the way, did Lowry play today?
I saw him in the starting lineup, but as far as making us play,
I didn't hear his name at all.
Yeah.
Again.
But remember, he does stuff that doesn't equate to the stat sheet. Remember that?
You mean like take up space and take up a starting position?
Young,
you would think of any game that he would show for would be this one.
Yeah, he sat this one out too. He did.
But so it sucks. It sucks. We all agree that it sucks that Cousins got hurt because they were playing special.
Yeah, I'm not as doom and gloom as everybody else, but
I'm not at all.
And then there's some people out there. There's some people out there who are glad Cousins got hurt because now they can see. And they said, "Yes, I'm glad Cousins got hurt because now we can see."
Oh, Lowry got injured.
So now we can see what Hall has.
I
don't want to wish injury on anybody.
Yeah, I don't wish he got hurt.
I don't wish he got hurt, but the one thing it did do was it now made you look at your future.
Yeah.
You can't put it off now.
Yeah.
You can't.
Because I don't see the Vikings giving Kirk a contract next year.
Well, this plays to the Will's favor. Him getting hurt at his age.
But shit, when he gonna be ready? What, late training camp?
It depends.
It
depends.
Aaron Rodgers about to come back.
He ain't no
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers probably. It depends on the person and how they heal.
Yeah, he ain't no Aaron Rodgers.
And this is a major one for Kirk. So it's also mental because it's your Achilles.
Yeah. He ain't never been hurt before neither.
He's never been hurt. You gotta just to put weight on it and run again and plant again. And Kirk can be apprehensive at times.
Mm-hmm.
He'll come back, but here's the thing: wouldn't shock me if he retired.
Yeah, me neither.
Wouldn't shock me if he retired.
His wife probably gonna tell him to retire. Shit.
Yeah.
I would do that at the age he at.
You've got as much money as you can get out of this team. Next year is going to be a fight.
You got to give props to him, though. I mean, for him to have a career this long and this be the only major injury he's ever had, he's pretty
yeah.
I give him that credit. But once you're at that age, though, it's harder. It's harder to come back.
And I can't even get up, so I can't even imagine having that kind of injury and wanting to come back.
And when I tore mine, like I said, I didn't play ball again for like 2 years because I was worried about ripping it again. But now, especially living in cold weather, I feel it, and it does not. It's hard to walk
when the weather changes.
Yep, when the weather changes.
I wouldn't know about that cold weather.
I have bad.
Yeah. Okay, whatever, Curtis. Mister 80 degrees in a t-shirt.
Well, it's cold the next 2 days. So
What's cold down there to you guys?
Oh well, the high tomorrow is 49,
Oh no! What?
Oh, boo hoo!
and then it goes up to 51. Then it goes back into the 80s.
Oh, for God's sakes!
Don't freeze to death.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't.
But yeah, it gets to the he's older. What has he got to prove? I mean,
Exactly. That's why I don't see him giving no contract next year. It's
yeah,
pointless.
and this worked to the Wilfs' favor. This is where because he's not going to get the type of money he wants, especially coming off an injury. Who knows if he'll even be ready for training camp.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Hey, that's when I was a kid, Mom. Now that I'm older, I don't want to move to Minnesota.
Some
Just
of us
say,
want of us want out in Minnesota.
Yeah,
I have been saying that for
that's Mama Catch right there for all those who are wondering.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, now that I'm older, I don't like cold weather at all. So,
it was also let's see. The next Viking games are all like warm weather, aren't they?
it's the Bengal games outside.
Yeah, the only game we have left that's going to be cold is the Bengals game.
Everything else is either every other game, I believe, is indoors.
Yeah, because the Georgia Dome, our stadium.
Yep. The Detroit
is inside.
And we got the Bears, which I think they're going to flex.
Denver.
They're going to flex that Bears game.
But that game's in Minnesota, though. It's not in Chicago.
Right. They need to flex that game.
So I believe the rest of our schedule, I think.
Oh, yeah, in Denver.
Well, Denver, yeah.
Oh, Denver, yeah.
Denver, yeah.
Who pulled it off today and beat the Chiefs?
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Casey's looking for wide receiver. Time to trade KJ. He looked good today.
Washington played Philadelphia tough.
Yeah, they did.
They already played on tough, though.
They couldn't defend AJ Brown, though.
AJ Brown was going off.
Yeah, they couldn't defend
6 straight games, 125 yards receiving.
Yep.
But I don't know. I mean, I am kind of excited to see what Darren Hall could do. I guess I'm just disappointed because this was, like I said, this was the best that they've been playing in a while. The Vikings won 13 games last year, but they did not play anywhere near last year as good as they were playing these last 3 or 4 games.
If you put it this way, if you put this year's defense on that team last year, if you had Flores on that defense last year, we would have probably still won 13 games, but we would have won them comfortably.
Right, and definitely beat the Giants.
And definitely beat the Giants.
And not get blown out.
Thank you. Thank you. There would have just been a different mentality. And I'll tell you right now, they're taking up Flores' mentality as a team. Yeah. Because I think KOC's pretty vanilla, no pun intended, but he's just pretty bland. Whereas Flores is kind of that guy that gets in your ass, put it that way.
Well, watching Blackman today, he was like, he's a little dude too, but he was like all over.
Yeah. He came to
he
play.
Made some play. He needs to start over Evans. That's another thing. Just why is he not starting over Evans?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's another. There's so many questions when it comes to personnel, and coaches have their favorites, but it's too obvious when these favorites are liabilities.
Tall, and so, corners. I mean, Flores likes his corners tall, and Evans tall. Where Blackman, I think he's like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, I think he can. I think he's got that. He can. He's got that leaping ability.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a better cover guy, and he was at USC. So, and who he was covering in practice was Addison.
Yeah.
So,
Cam Bynum looked good today too, though. Again,
Bynum's. I'll tell you when is Bynum's contract up?
I think this year or next year.
He was 21.
Oh, okay, next year.
Next year, the kid's playing. He's grown into that safety position.
Well, he almost had a pick again today.
Yeah,
I seen that.
Him playing with Smith and Peters.
That might have helped him playing with the veterans that he played with.
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dillard, he's a rookie, so you're going to see blunders.
Yeah. We've got it. The nucleus looks nice that the Vikings have on defense. The youth,
And
the
we've been
young
lucky that the
talent.
Yeah.
defense has been pretty healthy.
Yeah,
Yeah, not too many injuries on defense other than
not
the
no
few.
serious one.
That's what kind of
Yeah.
got him in trouble to begin with.
And we
Viking.
about to get Dog back. Big 00 coming back one day.
What is he supposed to be back? Like the week after?
Or
Next week?
he should come back before JJ come back.
Who?
Davenport.
Davenport.
No,
Davenport's only been on the IR for 2 weeks.
So he's got another 2 weeks. So that's the
Yeah.
Bears game.
So when JJ come back?
The Saints.
After
The
next week,
Saints. The Saints game.
Damn,
home
how the
game.
hell he hit IR before Big Davenport?
because he went on IR before.
He went on IR a week before.
No, I'm saying though, Big Davenport should have been on IR. He ain't played none this year for real.
Yeah,
That motherfucker played one game.
The problem with Davenport is the 2 games that he played well.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not about against the damn Panthers and who was the other team?
Oh, he played against the Kansas City. He got hurt against Kansas City.
Yeah, that's the game he got hurt in.
But I think he had a sack in that game too, right? When he got hurt.
Yep.
Yes. I think he had 2 in Carolina.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the defense looked better with him on the field, but
Yeah,
he just can't stay on the field.
hell
No, he can't. You know what? I got to give credit to DJ Wonnum.
I like DJ.
Yeah, I got to give credit to DJ.
I told y'all
Wonnum.
last night I take him over Hunter. He gonna be cheaper any younger.
He'll be cheaper and younger. He doesn't have a Hunter.
I
Kid.
love
Yeah,
DJ
well,
Wonnum because he
next
went to
to
South
Hunter.
Carolina. He is not Daniel Hunter.
I think he's just playing that well because he's playing next to Hunter.
Well, yeah, he gets it. Wonnum's getting the single coverage now.
Yeah,
the
Hunter-
single blocking.
double-
Hunter's getting double and triple. I mean,
Yeah,
you saw
but-
what Tampa Bay did. They took the whole damn offensive line and damn near to bring down Hunter, and he still got a sack.
We don't. We all been put in our place by our nephew.
He got hurt against the Bears.
Oh, did he?
That
Okay, shut my mouth.
oh, okay. We can't remember like you.
Well, we keep forgetting that Bears game. Well, what was it? We beat Carolina, then we played Kansas City, and then we played the Bears.
And the reason, and he got hurt in the Bears game, but he played
Okay.
well. He played well against the Chiefs and the Panthers. And I think the reason why the offense struggled against Chicago was because that was the first game without Justin Jefferson.
Right.
I think they tried a bunch of stuff and it didn't work. And I think they're running the same offense now as if Justin Jefferson was there. I think they're just using Addison in Jefferson's role.
But here's the thing, though. If you're a good coach, you make adjustments. Especially if you got different personnel. I don't see these adjustments. He's still running the same damn offense as if everybody's there. You know, it's.
I would.
You
Hey,
know.
why not Kenny? Why not try him at running back?
Yeah,
That's
that's people talking about him. I don't know.
Oh, Canoe.
I don't know, man.
Don't roll out of here.
You know what? They could. I mean, at this point now,
Anybody better than Madison, shit.
just run the ball by committee.
I thought they were going to do that.
And they're stuck on Madison. I don't know why. That's it. When they do stuff like that, it's almost like, okay, is management in your ear and saying something to you,
Right.
KLC? I
Yeah, because
mean,
he's a liability, man.
he is.
not
He's a
gonna He's not going to help Hall at all. It's just going to create more hectic plays for Hall.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
he averaged.
I didn't
Yeah,
see
but-
it, George. I don't know if Sarah did, but George is apologizing to you, Sarah.
Oh, I
what?
didn't see anything.
oh, that didn't even pop up last night.
But he's apologizing to you anyway. So, but I didn't
But-
see it. But
Yeah, I don't know
What
about
about-
that.
I can't see the comments, but so is he saying I was a stripper or I don't get it?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Something
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah, I
somebody
don't know what
said
y'all. I don't know
last
what y'all
Yeah.
got going on.
night.
I don't know what he said. I didn't see it, but he's apologizing for whatever he said. So
Yeah, but
somebody
that
else
boy-
probably called him out on it. Probably what
Oh,
happened.
or not.
That boy Madison averaged
Because we all
129.
know if he would have made a comment and Sarah didn't like it, Sarah would have said something.
Yeah. I don't, because I honestly I don't remember seeing it last night.
Yeah.
Me neither. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
let's see who's playing. Who plays next Sunday night?
The Cowboys and the Eagles.
And the
If it hurts to say that we should make out as a man running back too, I meant to do it. And he awesome. He did it. Man,
Yeah,
hey,
he should have been running back 2 from the
he's
start. He's not a one.
running back 3.
Did you hear Adrian Peterson today?
Uh-uh.
Adrian Peterson's like, I'm not retired. There's a certain team I used to play for. You could use a running back.
Man, you ain't lying.
Didn't his ass get booted off of Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah, he lost.
Oh, just sit your ass down, AP.
Yeah, our running back room, man, is just
he broke.
Oh, no.
Trying to make as much money as he can.
Yeah, because
he's
he's
broke.
broke. He's broke.
He's not one of them. He's one of those guys who made all that money but spent it all.
Well, and
Yeah,
also I guess whoever is managed
having camels at your birthday
Yeah.
party. Who needs
and
camels at their birthday party? Good Lord.
and whoever his manager was also took off with a bunch of money. So we're doing the Love Boat episode. That's right. But that's Wednesday night. So
Yeah, that's Wednesday.
yeah.
KOC had an auto AP against Atlanta.
Oh
Yeah.
jeez.
So the running game, I am not. I'm more worried about the running game than I am about Jaron Hall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah, because that running game will help him a lot.
That's sad.
Exactly. That's why I said trade for Josh Jacobs. Shit. We need a true number 1 running back.
Yeah, because it's not Madison. Madison gained 10 yards and
my-
lose 7 on the next play.
Man, he is. Oh, I hate when he even get the ball.
Oh, by the way, why are you running him wide? He's not a north-south runner. He does not do the sideline to sideline. Run him up the middle. Run him up the gut.
right up
If you're gonna run outside, give it to Ty Montgomery.
Yeah,
Or
but,
Akers.
Or
Like-
like Akers.
So he was getting stuffed.
Well,
like
Montgomery's fast though. If he hits the edge, he's got that little shiftiness. He can make someone miss.
Oh, you mean Chandler?
Who Chandler? I'm
Yeah.
looking like who the fuck is Montgomery?
He said
I'm sorry.
Montgomery, and the first guy I thought of was
I'm
former
dumb.
Bears guy.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm dumb,
like-
so
and I'm thinking
some names will come out of my mouth that
yeah,
for some reason-
I'm hearing
Yeah.
you. Though, I'm like, I know he had Powell. but
pretty
who's the receiver?
crappy running back if you can't run behind that O-line that we have. I mean, if they're rated as third in run blocking or is it first in run blocking, how are you not able to run behind that line?
Also, by the way, I saw something today. I actually saw Ed Ingram blasting dudes on the line of scrimmage.
Darren, I don't know if you watched I don't know. If you watched
I was
the
like,
live-
is that Ed?
I don't know if you watched the live broadcast today with Yogi and Woods. I was on there.
Mhm.
There's a particular play that I brought up to where Ingram got bull rushed, right? But
Right.
he reset himself 3 times during that whole bull rush, and the guy never got to Kirk. I said at the beginning of the year, Kirk gets sacked on that play because he just gets beat. So it may have taken Ingram a while for it to click, but then like 2 plays later, Ingram got beat again. But it happens.
All right, good
Offensive
night,
lineman.
JJ. Good night, nephew.
Good night, JJ.
Good night, nephew.
Good night,
All-
JJ.
All offensive linemen get beat unless your name's Darius Hall. So
And even he got beat today.
yeah, even he got beat today. Yeah.
So it
So-
shows he's human.
Yeah. So I'm not going to kill Ingram because he's not a liability like he was before. So my guess is we don't, as much as I like Ezra, they don't need him.
Who? Oh, Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's
they
why I
don't-
say.
no.
That's why I say he's
Yeah.
Hell
expendable.
no.
That's why I say you could trade him.
Especially when they're gelling now together, those 4 dudes.
Well, you know who really needs offensive linemen now? I guess are the Cowboys.
Shit, give us a draft pick.
No, give us Trey Lance.
Man, I don't want no damn Trey Lance. Trey
Give
Lance
us-
ain't shit but a Jared Hall.
A taller version.
Yeah, that's
More
it.
polished.
Well, here's the thing, though. At least Jaron Hall played in college.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's the deal? What's the deal? Lance only played like what?
5
One?
games or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he played the last
Oh,
game in
plus,
NFL history.
you know why people are saying Trey Lance? Because he's
Why?
a Minnesota kid.
Well, then he went to North
Oh.
Dakota State.
And he went to North Dakota State, but he's
Yeah.
born and raised in Minnesota.
I don't get the whole. He's from Minnesota. I don't get that whole thing. Minnesota.
No,
thing.
I think you probably got
Well, because we don't have that many, big name players in any sport come from here.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
shit, it won't be Trey Lance. I hate to tell you. It won't be him. Shit.
Jaron Hall was the quarterback going to Puka, so I mean, it might not be as bad as we can get it.
That's true.
What'd she say?
He was Nakua's quarterback, the receiver in L.A.
Yeah,
with the
Puka
Rams.
Nacua.
He was Puka Nakua's quarterback, and
that boy can play.
And I'll tell you what, Hall had some decent numbers in college, especially at Brigham Young, and he played top talent. So
yeah,
he might be able to do it. But just the fact that you're hyping this guy to run your scout team, that tells me something right there, that he's got a win.
And you never heard that about Kellen Mond.
Never heard that about Mond.
No,
I think it's to be expected. The first couple of drives is going to be kind of a train wreck for him because it's his first NFL start, and he's just been kind of put in like, okay, you need to go like right now.
Especially with his running game.
Okay, he's starting this game, where he had a week to prepare for. So, he's gonna have issues, but I'm thinking like if we give him a week to prepare, he will be serviceable. And like I said, I mean, Puka's doing really well, and he was throwing to Puka, and so I don't see why he can't do that with our receivers, because our receivers are good too.
Yeah, and here's another thing too: Hall, mobile.
Yeah,
that's the biggest one. You're not going to have a sitting target like Kirk was.
Maybe RPOs will help the run offense.
And
we'll run it back.
And I think that's where the RPOs come in.
With who?
With
Madison. I wouldn't dare see Madison on them RPOs.
Don't be shocked if Hall's our leading rusher next week.
I could believe.
So then we're the Bears.
I could believe that. I could believe that.
Yeah,
today the run game was horrible,
and this is a game where
there's no excuse for the running game to be as bad as it was today.
We had 62 yards on the ground against Green Bay run defense,
who allows 140 per game.
We couldn't even get 100. That's why I said, man, for us to help hard, we got to trade for a true number one running back, man.
I don't know. I don't know.
Running backs are cheap now.
Yeah.
The NFL don't want to pay running backs. So
Could try to make these number twos and number threes, number ones. That's the Minnesota Viking problem right there. Cam Akers, Alexander Madison. Go get you a true, real number one running back.
No, nobody really does that anymore, though, except for the Giants with 36 carries from Saquon
Barkley.
No, but
today's game was perfect weather for it too because it rained.
CMC, Saquon Barkley, and Breece Hall, and
Cincinnati.
It's not Cincinnati. There's another.
Yeah, you know what? Najee Harris is even getting a lot of carries.
Derrick Henry.
And Derrick Henry, yeah.
Those four running backs are probably what you would quote unquote consider the bell cow running backs. Almost every other team uses two running backs.
No, you ain't gotta be a bell cow, but at the end of the day, we need a true number one running back.
Yes, you do.
Not yards.
You can't have.
I just want a guy who can run.
Gets 4 or 5 I want a running back who's when he sees the hole, he runs through it instead of running in the opposite direction.
Exactly. Like, come on.
Which is Madison.
Madison averaged 1.9 on the ground against Green Bay, man.
Oh, Madison missed. I don't know what it was with him. I counted like 3 or 4 openings that he could have got positive yardage through. Then he missed. He went the total opposite direction.
And this is what, week 8, week 9?
Even that play where he made the little juke move to avoid a tackler, he still went to the wrong hole.
Still the wrong hole. Still wrong. I mean, I'm just like, come on, kid. Jeez.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. Like,
you getting paid.
You ain't getting no better at the running back spot, man. You just ain't got it.
The brother got paid and got dumber.
Yeah, like that. But like I said, that was dumb on KOC behalf.
You
I mean,
know?
do they
Players
feel
like Madison look good, but they're fill-ins. They only come in once in a while when the number one is out, and so they look good. And then when they become the number one, then it's like, oh,
They're
they
not ready. They're not
are
ready
they
for it.
trying? Do you think they're trying to justify getting rid of Cook and keeping Addison and re-signing Addison? That's why they keep playing him.
That could be,
Man.
but
Hey,
that's
at
the front office.
Yeah, at the end of the day, man, everybody make mistakes. It's okay to trade for a running back getting paid.
Yeah,
$10
but
million.
it takes a lot for some people to admit they made a mistake.
Man, at the end of the day,
Like the Vikings organization.
but at the end of the day, who gonna say something to them? They not watching these damn videos. They might be watching my shit though. I still be doing some of the moves.
Well, yeah, they want to know what Lions fans think.
Here y'all go with that. That D Wood fought, dog. For real, man. Go trade for Josh Jacobs, send him Madison, and a late round draft pick. Trade KJ and send that draft pick to the Raiders. Cause we can't, man. We can't roll Hall out there.
Well, the Raiders need an offensive lineman too. Give them Cleveland and
They could send them Cleveland.
Yeah, send them Cleveland and Madison for
for Jacobs.
See, here's a problem with Kwesi and whoever's the Vikings don't know how to work other owners to get the deal that best fits them. They just don't. In other words, basically, Kwesi gets played.
Yeah, you ain't lying all the time.
Yeah, I mean, and say what you want about Rick Spielman, but he could kind of work his mojo and
he finessed people.
He could finesse people. Now the picks didn't turn out, but at least he could finesse people.
Buffalo for Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. So I mean, but Kwesi doesn't have that. He doesn't have that in him. So
I ain't sending Wadham to no Raiders.
No.
I'm
resigning.
Wadham is going to be cheap to resign.
Yeah, I'm resigning.
Yeah, Wadham will be much cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm keeping him. I'm sending they at Madison and Cleveland for Josh Jacobs.
And
you can do a BOGO, buy one get one free.
Is that what we doing?
That would be nice.
Yeah, for real.
That would be nice.
I gotta get a pick back from the Raiders.
Oh, they dumb. You probably could get a late fifth round pick.
The Raiders. Mark Davis ain't like his dad. He'd do it.
Yeah, we can't roll Jared Hall out there, man. The rest of this season with this running back group, man.
Who's this?
Pancake motherfucker. Who you talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, who you talking about? It gotta be one of the players that he's talking about. So
I don't know. He lost. I don't know.
Yeah, Frozen. Yeah, Wadham has gotten better against the run, but that goes back to coaching.
Flores goes
crazy.
Yeah, Flores is just you could tell the difference. It's like literally night and day.
With no name players.
With no name players.
Into something. Can you imagine Ed doing that? Hell no.
No. Well, and here's the thing.
Where is Ed?
Ed was going to retire last year before he took the job with the Vikings because he was just going to be like a consultant in Seattle.
Oh,
you talking about the movie? Oh yeah, I got what he's saying now.
Yeah, you can't keep eating, motherfucker. You're gonna take it.
I remember now. I got it now.
Yeah.
By
the way, that is so unrealistic, that movie. But hey, it's a good movie. It's a fun movie to watch.
But it's with Rumpf not there. There's another guy that's running the D line. He was an assistant to Rumpf. Rumpf is gone from the team. He took a leave. But I mean, the difference is
getting more out of these no names than what Ed got out of those big names.
Well, and here's the thing: whatever Brian is telling them, they're buying.
I don't think they believed in Donatello.
Yeah,
I think they listened more to Patrick Peterson last year than they did Donatello.
Yeah.
Oh no, T-Bass, you good?
Once he's done.
I did see that. Yeah, I remember now. I know what you're talking
about. Yeah, I know you're talking about now.
Yeah.
No, T-Bass, we knew you weren't talking about one of us. We didn't know if you were talking about a player or something like that. Yeah.
Or somebody in the chat. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's official. The Bears got their asses kicked tonight.
What was the final score? 30
to 13.
Yeah, the Bears horrible.
And who'd they play?
The Chargers.
The Chargers.
They look. See,
The,
hey, the Chargers.
If the Chargers had a better coach, they'd be elite.
Hey,
The
but
Chargers
look,
would
y'all,
be scary if
hey,
they
the
had a better
Chargers
coach.
lost another wide receiver today.
Which one?
The one that came in for Mike Williams, I believe.
Oh, the rookie?
No, not Williams. It was somebody else. I forgot his name. But we might could trade KJ over there.
I don't think they trade you KJ now.
Why?
Yeah, they did because
Not with the Cousins injury.
yeah.
Oh, you say you don't think the Vikings? But shit, for some draft picks, they better.
But he's a veteran wide receiver that the
Well,
rookie
and here's the
quarterback
thing
can lean
now.
on.
Here's the thing now too. We got to look at what's the mindset, what's the mindset of the team? Not only the team,
Are you
but
talking about Guyton, Zoe?
Yeah, I think that was
yeah,
him.
Guyton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guyton got hurt.
Yeah.
What is the mindset of the Wilfs?
Oh shit! That's
Are
a
the
good
Wilfs
question.
going to be like Quasi, get us a quarterback to get us in the playoffs,
They
or
might.
No, I don't want no quarterback.
is he going to be like, okay, let's move with what we got, build towards next year? Because right now that front office feels like they can make the playoffs. They still
They
feel
can.
like they can make
They
the
can.
playoffs.
They can if they go trade for a running back.
Yeah, they can make the playoffs with Hall.
But
They
now
can-
this running back group we got,
Well, if you
I don't see that.
if you keep number 2 off the field,
yeah, like number 2, like
yeah,
Don't get us wrong. We love Madison as a person. He's a
yeah,
great
he
human
cool
being.
as a person.
We're talking about his ability as a player, So
yeah, and
he's a great 2. We all know he's a great 2. We saw what he did when Cook was his starter.
But that's why he's a 2.
Right.
yeah, but that's
exactly.
why he's a 2.
We need to see what Akers can do as a true 1.
Well, if you watched any of the Rams games, he's actually a decent 1. And
And
he can catch.
He was the one the year they went to the Super Bowl, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he got injured too, though.
He got hurt too. He is injury prone too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go trade for Jacob, man. What are we doing?
But you got
Tennessee ain't trading Henry after winning today.
No, that's why I said the
No.
Ravens. That's why I said Jacobs.
But they also got Henry for Will Levis. So
Yeah.
and look what Levis has. He has a running game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
We can't. If Hall go out there the rest of the season with the running game we got, the Minnesota Vikings ain't going to no damn playoffs.
We
No.
might as well tank.
Exactly. Oh, they gonna
Exactly.
lose anyway
Yeah.
because they can't run the ball.
Mm-mm. Well, here's the thing. When you've got like coaches we don't have a coach that uses common sense coaching. It's like he wants to change the coach. He wants to be this innovative coach like McVay.
Right.
And he just doesn't have it. He doesn't have it.
Well, I hope KLC going up to Quasi today or tomorrow. Like, hey man, go give me a running back, man. We supposed to have at least 100 yards on the Green Bay Packers, and we barely got 70.
Well, local reporter, I saw the post of what he said. He said, we'll see tomorrow what the Wilfs are going to let Quasi do because everything's done by committee again.
That's what shit I
Everything's
don't
done by
like. What
committee.
you mean let him do?
He's got to answer to the Wilfs. That's the committee.
See, I don't like that shit. If I was Quasi, I'll walk away anyway, man.
If I was Quasi, I wouldn't have took the job.
Hell no, I'm straight. I ain't about to contact you when I'm about to make a move.
And you've also screwed 2 of my picks anyway to make this team better. I would have walked.
Yeah.
That's just me, but Quasi, he's staying with it. But yeah, it's like he's got to ask for permission. Whereas Spielman got to do it all to make any moves. Quasi's got to ask permission.
What about that guy from the Patriots?
Which one? Ramondre Stevens?
Yeah, Rondé Stevenson. Yeah.
They're
His
not-
name came up. Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson's name came up. But what do you give him?
Well, you get a late pick for him. Madison,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, Madison.
It's all gonna be Madison the draft.
Oh,
pick.
and they need O-line help. So
They've already got Vidarian Lowe starting. They would take Cleveland.
Cleveland and Madison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Madison contract really, it ain't nothing next year for real. You can cut him for nothing.
What about Kamara?
I've thought about him, but I'm straight on him for real.
Yeah, he's
And plus he getting-
Is
did he
illegal?
get over his case or is that still pending?
I think it's over.
Okay.
yeah.
I mean,
I would set up the trade this way. If you want Cleveland, You gotta take Madison. You can't take Cleveland without Madison.
You ain't lying. That's a package deal.
Take the Boise State dudes.
Yeah, yeah. You
Take
ain't
the
lying.
Boise State
Get they asses
dudes.
out of
Yeah.
that purple
So
and
you
gold.
get Ramonde Stevenson in a fifth,
Yeah,
right?
Works for
For
me.
those two.
Nah, I could do it. Yeah,
yeah.
I could do it. Yeah.
Either him or Jacob. Shit, either one. Either one.
I think I'd rather have Jacobs though.
I think the Patriots would probably more
Yeah.
likely do that trade than the Raiders.
And the Raiders over with.
Well, the Patriots are from full rebuild, especially
Yeah.
on that offensive line,
But
and they
Ezra
want to bring
Cleveland could play
Ezra
left
Cleveland
tackle.
fits right in. He's going to
Yeah.
start.
He doesn't cost a lot of money. He's your left tackle.
So
Yeah,
it's
so at the end, I don't care what I do care though, but we need another running back, man, and get Madison out of the fucking building, straight up.
I don't understand why not give McBride McBride's not the fastest guy, but if he can hit the hole and he can run MFers over, why not give him a shot?
and here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's a guy you drafted.
Yeah, that's what I told y'all last week.
Yeah.
No, it was yesterday about the I don't want to say dog name. I'll be messing the name up.
Canoe.
Yeah, like I said, like we should have
Kenny and Conwu.
Kenny Nwangu.
We should have kept McBride on the damn team than him.
And
He started out on IR. Nwangu started out on IR.
Kenny is fast. They're tantalized.
Yeah, he's fast,
they're tantalized by the speed.
But here's his problem now. You saw what Chandler can do on kickoffs now too. That took away from Kene. So guess who's expendable now?
Right.
Thank you.
Chandler,
bring my boy Dwayne back on the team, man.
I mean, he can't do much worse.
Hell no, he can't.
No.
Yeah, he was a bell cow in college.
Yeah,
yes, he was.
Yes, he was. And I don't know if you all have seen UAB play this year. They ain't the same team without him.
Cause if we bring him back up on the team, him and Akers will be lighting and thunder for
That's
real.
a good one too, because Akers may not be the fastest guy, but he's quick enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lighting and thunder.
Each one of those backs hit that hole quicker, and they see the hole.
Yeah.
Yep.
That everything that Madison doesn't do. Madison is just the exact opposite. Madison, if the play goes left, he's running right.
I like what Frozen North just said, man.
What did he say?
About Kenny being fast with his eyes for a kick returner?
Yeah, he's a kick returner.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying last night.
Yeah, he's a
everybody so stuck on him for something.
Frozen, you can fix the running back for fumbles.
Who said something about fumbles?
McBride had fumble issues in preseason.
Yeah, you can work on that. We can work on that in practice.
Yeah,
he fixed it up. I mean,
physical mistakes you can fix.
Yeah. I mean, look at. Have you noticed now? TJ Hawkinson is hanging onto that ball with two hands like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, he dropped one pass today, but it was kind of it was a hard catch. But
he for the last 2 weeks he's been dependable, very dependable. It's we've got if we're gonna plot our way to the playoffs, we've got the team to do it.
So going back, Frozen made the comment about how his college team didn't throw to him. Well, they didn't have to throw to him because he just ran over everybody in college.
Yeah, they were just a running team.
Yeah, they were a running team, and he just ran over everybody.
Yep.
So they're the type of team. They're kind of like Army and Navy, to where they run like 85% of the time. So
here's the thing with Peterson and his fumbles. The fact that Peterson was the back that he was, you didn't try to fix it.
Yeah.
You just let him. You knew that he was going to break one anytime, and just let him run with it. And if you did try to fix it, it could have screwed up with a lot of running backs. It screws up their running style, and they didn't want to do that. So that's why he basically could not hang on to the ball for the life of him. But it's supposed to be the strongest hands, but he can't hang on to the football.
His fumbles cost us in the 2009 championship game. He had 3 of them.
He had 3 of them down by the goal line.
Yeah, boy. Hey, man, I'm about to get out of here, man. I'm going to see y'all next weekend.
All right, Zo. Well,
have a nice week. Y'all be safe.
You got it, brother.
Yeah. So
it's this week is going to be interesting, and it's already interesting, and that tomorrow morning is going to be very interesting. So I'll be watching the waiver.
They don't do something stupid like trade for a quarterback and use up our draft cap so that the little that we have, they wasted on something that doesn't need to be.
They don't have to make a splash move.
Yeah.
They
I have a,
don't have to make a
I have
splash
a
move.
feeling that I think they're going to have to.
They don't have to. They got to get out of that mindset that they have to get out of that PR move. I mean, you don't have to make a splash move. I mean, this
Well-
team is you got to do enough now if you want to get in the playoffs to keep the ship steady.
Well, it was KOC who wanted Jaron Hall, right?
From what I understand, it had to be. So that's his guy. So and if that's the case, him saying what he said after the game about not committing to Jaron Hall is a head scratcher.
Was that mainly because they want to find out truly what the injury is with Cousins?
No, I think I almost get a dynamic that it's because I'm sure Mark Wolf was at the game. I almost get a dynamic that they're telling him something behind the scenes. So when he gets to the presser, he says something to make it sound like he's not fully committed. Here's the thing. KLC might be committed to Hall. Management's not committed to Hall. This is where the dynamic gets to be a problem.
Big problem.
It gets to be a big problem. And this is where are you going to let KOC coach his quarterback, or are you going to go out there and make a big splash signing for a quarterback who doesn't know the playbook, but it's a marquee name and it puts eyes on the product?
There really is not a marquee name out there, though.
I mean, just make a big splash.
Well, they were throwing out Tannehill. I'm like, hell no.
And Tannehill's hurt.
I don't want Cam Newton either.
I don't want Cam Newton either. Yeah, Tannehill's hurt.
That's why I love this guy to start.
And they threw out Kyler Murray's name right away.
No.
Yeah. That's what started it. Kyler Murray. Everybody's like Kyler Murray. It's like
I'd rather have Paul than Kyler.
Yeah. If you think Kirk's contract is bad for this team, bring Kyler Murray and his contract to this team.
And not only that, you'll have a bad contract with a quarterback that's got a bad attitude who don't study.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's more worried about playing Call of Duty than studying the playbook. If you have to put that into a contract that you must study the playbook at least 15, whatever it was that they put in there,
many hours,
then you know it's an issue.
Yep.
The team knows.
Well, just look at the way he plays. You can tell that he doesn't study the playbook.
Exactly. Mateo's like, what about Jameis Winston? The thing with Winston is he's in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
And what's his name? And Carr is there too. And Carr gets hurt every other game. So, but here's the thing. Taysom Hill, they still got Taysom Hill too. But Taysom Hill's not a starting quarterback. So
he's a gimmick player. He's a very good gimmick player. He's a very good gimmick player, but he's a gimmick player.
Yeah, he's a gimmick player. So, and the Saints don't want too much for Winston. And we just don't have that. We just don't have that collateral. So
and there wouldn't be collateral that's worth giving up for him.
Right. He can be a head case too. So Mike White, he was a New York quarterback, right? He was in New York.
He's Miami's backup.
Hey, what about Fitzy?
No, he can keep his beard on the sideline. He's fine. Yeah, he's fine.
Jacoby Brissett?
It's intriguing.
Who's he with right now? Washington, right?
Yeah, he's Commander's backup.
Commander's backup.
See, Brian Hoyer looked awful. Tyrod Taylor got hurt.
Yeah, Taylor did get hurt.
So
I threw out Andy Dalton. I threw out Andy Dalton earlier.
Hell, let's bring Doug Flutie back.
Hell, I'd bring back Case Keenum.
Well, he was with Buffalo last year. I don't know if he's been with anybody this year,
He's
but
with the Texans.
He's with the Texans. He's back home. He's back home in Houston.
So at least he's probably in shape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it ain't like we've called them to make any trades recently. So, oh no, wait, we got Bullock from them. I think.
Bullard,
Yeah,
Bullard,
we
yeah.
got Bullard from them from him.
What is your infatuation with Drew Lock, Mateo?
You know, a lot of people like Drew Lock coming out of college.
Well, because they see his ability, but he's proven that he can't do anything in the pros.
Right. Right. Yeah, and you
Yeah,
know what?
DTR would be intriguing.
I'd almost call about DTR. Is he on their active roster or their practice squad?
I think he's the backup. But he gotta remember though, he got beat out by PJ Walker though.
Yeah, so he.
So
Yeah, because
maybe
PJ Walker's the backup. So
yeah, so maybe there's something there.
But PJ Walker played today. That's kind of the reason why Cleveland lost today.
Oh,
But
really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I say we just stick with Hall and roll with it. And
No, we're
I
all
agree.
three of us are saying
I
they should
agree.
stick with Hall. But
Yeah.
what we're talking about is
For the backup to Hall.
Mhm.
well, not only that, but what are the Vikings talking about right now about what team can we contact for a quarterback?
And I can tell you right now, the Vikings, they're probably making a mountain out of a molehill with
Mhm.
this. And
Yeah.
they
Mateo, you just throwing out names. Okay.
it's like you look at what you got as a team, you look at where your team is, and KOC is going to have to say something here too. You bring a veteran in, it's going to take them how long to learn that playbook? How long for the offensive line to learn that
If
cadence?
they've never played for Shanahan, McVay, then it's going to take them a while to learn the offense. If they've played with that offense before, then they can grasp it a little bit sooner.
And there's very few that are
Yeah.
still
By the
playing.
time they learn the offense, the season's going to be over anyway.
Yeah. We'll be at our bye week.
Yeah.
It's like it's going to take that long. So you've already got somebody in place who's
Who
been
knows
here,
the offense.
who's been here the duration.
And the backup, Keith Mullins is the backup. He's been here for
Yep.
2 years.
Yeah. So you stick with what you got. I mean, they're going to go out there and do something.
And Cousins is going to be like a quarterback coach on the field.
Right. If they're the Wilfs, I'm saying it. The Wilfs are going to do something that's going to be a complete head scratcher. And it's probably good
for Bradford.
Yes. Yes. And it's going to be a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah, but
Bradford was a knee-jerk reaction.
Dalton, people complain about Cousins not having that killer instinct. Dalton's even worse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when we got what's his name, Bradford, Philly really was only going to give up they really only wanted a 2. They let Spielman do the talking.
That's why Howie Roseman's a
Yeah.
good GM. Well, look at the Eagles. They're already the best team in the league, and they go trade to get an all-pro safety.
I got to be honest, though. Mariota's kind of intriguing. I always liked the guy, but
but he couldn't beat out Ritter.
Yeah, and look how bad Ritter is.
Yeah,
Ritter's bad, beaten by Taylor Heineke. Okay, would this be the most Viking thing if Taylor Heineke beats us this weekend?
Well, if he doesn't kick in that damn door like an idiot, who knows?
God. It's like, next week you're going to have Hall for us and probably Taylor Heineke for the Falcons. So you still got a chance.
Our defense is better than Atlanta's defense.
Well, statistically, they're better, but
if I would have told you that last year, if you would have told me this time last year that we would talk about the Vikings defense is going to actually have to win games for this team, I would have said we're done.
Well, now it's true.
I think we match up well with Atlanta though, because we have a decent run defense.
Yeah.
Then Atlanta can't throw the ball, so
they can't.
Their tight end is one of the most talented tight ends in the NFL. They don't throw to him. I know he's on my fantasy team. He's killing me.
Who's that? Oh, is that Pitts?
Yes.
Wasting away.
They have Pitts, and they don't even throw to him.
Well, put it this way. I'm going to be single until probably next Monday or the week after, depending on the outcome, because my girl is a Falcons fan. So she wasn't too happy today. I can tell you that much.
Yes.
They lost. I can't believe they lost today.
Run. And because they can't throw, it's going to make it easier for our corners to not cover.
Well,
they make them one-dimensional real quick.
As long as Byron Murphy doesn't have to tackle, because that dude can't tackle.
Okay, as long as Byron Murphy doesn't have to cover. My God, he gets turned around on just simple pass routes. I mean, come on, dude. But it's not like the Falcons have these great receivers. They don't even use Drake London.
Yeah.
No. And is Cordero still with them?
Yep.
Yes. But he's a running back.
How the hell did Arthur Smith get that
I think he's
job?
I still think he's the starting running back. I still think he starts over Bijan.
How the hell did Arthur Smith get that job?
Probably nobody else wanted it. It's kind of like the Arizona job. No one else wanted it, probably.
Oh, you know what? Depending on how this year goes for him, that could be a place where Brian Flores ends up. It really could be. If they let Smith go, I would not be shocked. And they've already got a defense in place. They get Brian Flores. We gotta be prepared. The biggest loss of the offseason is probably going to be Flores. It's not going to be a player. It's going to be Flores. So
unless the Wolves pay him more to be defensive coordinator than the head coach,
that'd have to be a hell of a jump. He'd have to be making KOC money.
Our interior defense has been pretty good, George.
Well, and I mean, paying coaches don't affect the caps, so I don't.
So the Wolves would be paying them kind of out of their own pocket.
Yeah.
So, is Duke Shelley still playing? I haven't heard his name at all this year.
He was perfect. He was perfect for the defense that they played last year.
Yeah, he's perfect for Donatel. Yeah, he was perfect for that defense. Yeah,
well, I knew the Vikings were going to re-sign him. He's too short to play in Flores' defense.
Yeah, our interior, whatever they're doing with the interior with the D line, it's working.
It's working. Yeah,
it's working, and it could be
they dominated today.
Yeah. But we dominate. But then again, this is not the same Packer team.
But they still got two good running backs though,
who looked very average today.
Yeah, Jones. Well, Jones is better than Dillon.
7 times.
But and Jones couldn't catch a pass. I mean, I thought he was a decent receiver at one time. What the hell?
Yeah.
You just kind of look at the body language of a lot of the Packer players, and you're just kind of like, yeah, they're not. Some of these guys want out of there.
Oh, so Shelley's on the Rams.
Oh, he's on the Rams.
God, the Rams look bad.
And they got torched today.
God, they looked bad today.
Oh my gosh.
It was 33. Was it 33-0 halftime?
Yeah, 33-3. 33-3. Oh, by the way, Jair Alexander running his mouth again.
What'd he say?
After the game?
Yeah, he ran his mouth about Addison, said Addison got lucky and he's not that good and all that other type of crap. The dude burned you for 60-some-odd yards and a touchdown, dude. Yeah. You were covering him 3 times. That's like, shut the hell up, dude.
Yeah, I'm over it. I'm over him. First of all, you can't understand a goddamn thing he says when he talks.
I know. I'm like, I need subtitles when he talks.
Yeah, you need an interpreter.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I'm over it. I'm over. He's an overhyped blowhard.
If a rookie burns you, just shut up so nobody remembers.
But
yeah, don't bring attention to your fuck up. Basically,
the reason why. Yeah, because Jair, there are receipts. That shit you said about covering JJ 1-on-1. When people looked at the all-22, you never covered him 1-on-1.
No, you never covered him 1-on-1.
That's why, with the way Addison is playing, and with JJ coming back, that's why I'm not that concerned about Hall.
Yep.
No.
If Hall doesn't screw it up, which is why I don't want to bring Winston in because he'll screw it up.
I think Hall is a smart kid. I think he's smart. I mean, he's probably got.
He's mature for a rookie. I think he's 25, 26.
He's older. Yeah, he's older. So he's got his wits about him. Now we'll see
Yeah.
what he can do. If he balls out, we're cool. If he doesn't, then we know we got to move on and get another guy.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's
but
like we don't need those like 20, 30-yard plays. We just need to dink and dunk, burn clock, and go down the field.
exactly. You know what? Play boring football.
Right.
Play boring
It's not
football.
KOC's nature, though.
He's gotta. Okay, I don't care. He doesn't have. First of all, half his playbook sucks. Half his plays don't work. He's terrible at play calling. Give it up. Let Wes Phillips call the plays. He called the plays for Hall in preseason.
Yeah.
Hey,
Let
Tom
him.
Brady won 6 Super Bowls thinking and dunking.
Yes.
Yeah. Like Mateo says, Hall's not a regular rookie. He's 26 years old and married and has a kid already.
So he's got a head on his shoulders. He's going to be more mature.
And he's not going to have that.
And both of his parents went to BYU as well.
Yeah, so he's usually smart kids go to BYU, except Jim McMahon. I don't know what happened there, but
he was the Tony Rice of Notre Dame. They let him in, even though he wasn't,
right.
Yeah.
Although he wasn't that bright.
Attitude towards him too, and so I think it'll because you know how some quarterbacks, they are about themselves too, and so like they'll like extend plays and do all this and that just to like fuck it up. I don't see him like that at all.
No.
No.
I don't see him kind of going into
business for himself. I think he's a more talented Teddy Bridgewater, if that makes sense.
Yeah. He's not going to go into business for himself.
Yeah.
Like an old wrestling thing. He's not going to go into business for himself. He's about the team. And if right now this team is on a roll, three game winning streak.
Longest winning streak in the NFC.
Yeah, he wants to keep that going. And these are very winnable games.
Yep.
So,
the 49ers did it with Brock Purdy last year.
Exactly. So anything's possible. That's like my whole thing is just KOC. The only one that could possibly screw this up is KOC.
He needs to take out all those 20, 30-yard plays and get them out of the playbook. Hall needs to just throw short passes.
Yeah, Mateo, Zach Wilson did go to BYU as well, but he was not. He's not. He's not the same type of person that Hall is. Wilson is one of the very rare people who go to BYU who's not married when they go there. I think it's 90% of their 90% of people who go to BYU are married.
They're Mormon, so they're very religious and family oriented. Yeah, Zach Hunter. I mean, Zach Wilson's like I started calling him the MILF Hunter.
Yeah,
because he seems like he's more interested in finding MILFs than actually winning football games.
Hey, if Zach Wilson can get the Jets to get by, I think Hall can too.
Oh yeah.
Well, the Vikings defense is good, but it's not Jets good.
Yeah, but then the players on the offense, I think, are going to be able to make up that.
They also have a running game.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forget.
Yeah, but see, Salah plays that old school football.
Yeah.
He plays that old school football where, and it's not pretty running the ball, but guess what? It's effective.
I think the Jets said, Wilson, listen, we know as long as you don't kill us, we can win. And that's pretty much what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Which is all the Hall has to do. Don't kill us.
Don't screw it up for us.
If you don't think it's a wise choice to throw into triple coverage, even the JJ, run. That's another thing that Hall can do. I mean, look at he ran a little bit today. I think if it's 3rd and 3, nobody's open, he won't sit in the pocket try to find somebody. He'll actually run. He'll run for the first down.
And plus, he comes in cold. He's got to get a feel for the game. So guess what? He'll have that feel next Sunday. And
what time's the game next Sunday?
I believe it's at noon.
I believe it's a noon game.
Yeah. I think it's a noon game. Let me check.
I'm just kind of worried that we don't have a backup for him in case something happens.
Well, I think Mullins comes off the IR. I think
the one that'll be one if If don't they have Mannion on practice squad?
Yeah.
They might bring him up.
They're gonna have to.
God, talk
Because,
about a statue, Jesus.
Yeah, but he would
have.
he carried Kirk's
Paul.
books to class, so yeah, it's a 12 noon game. Yep.
The Bears game, I think, is Sunday night or Monday night.
You know what?
I think it's Sunday night.
Let me take a look. Since I'm here,
I think they play back to back. I think they play Monday night and then Sunday night back to back.
They got national TV two weeks in a row.
They might flex it out now that we have a backup.
I hope they do. Okay. Well, Thursday night, Steelers and Titans and Steelers. Our game's at 12 noon. Oh no, the Bears are at the Saints. 12 noon.
No, next week. I'm talking about the Vikings. They have they have primetime games against Chicago, and then
Packers.
Oh, the Packers.
So.
And the Lions, I think, is our last primetime game.
The Lions will the Lions game in Detroit.
Yeah, I think that's Sunday night, right?
Yeah, that should be that. That will be it because right now my says it's to be determined.
Yeah,
so that could be the Sunday night game
if they won the division already.
Yeah, the Packer game is a Sunday nighter, which could be flexed.
And then the Denver game is also.
Oh yeah.
And the Denver game.
So they play Monday night against Denver. Then the next week they play Sunday night against Denver, and then they play Monday night at Chicago. I knew they played back-to-back primetime games.
Right. We don't know what time the Bengals game is.
Right.
So.
And we don't know the last Lion game of the season. They don't know if it's going to be 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, or a 4 o'clock game.
Right. But if that comes down to division, that's probably a Sunday night game.
Right. So the Bronco game may not be flexed now that they won today.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a marquee. It would have been a marquee matchup again with Cousins and Wilson.
Yeah, that's true.
But now that you don't have Cousins, it probably will get flexed.
I don't know. They haven't flexed any of the Jets games, and
that hasn't. It's too
they're
early.
East Coast. They're East Coast.
Well, and it's too early. I don't think you can flex until week 12, 13, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah, they should be getting ready to start flexing pretty soon here. They've left everything status quo. But now with like Monday night games can be flexed, but you have to give basically 2-week notice.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so actually Sunday Night Football, you can actually start to flex Sunday Night Football twice between weeks 5 and 10. So they can switch any 2 games they want between weeks 5 and 10 on Sunday Night Football. Week 11 and 17, they can flex as many times as they want.
Oh, okay.
The Bears is what, week
13? Week 12.
12.
Bears are week 12.
So that game may be flexed.
So it's the Bears and then bye week.
Right? Yeah, we got to bye after the Bears. So
all this decent, that bye week is going to be really helpful to make that push for the end of the season. So
yeah, especially when you come out of the bye with the Raiders in Vegas, and then you got to go to Cincinnati. And then you got the 3 division games.
But I'm sure now teams are going to be blitzing us like crazy too with Hall as center.
Well, yeah, they will, but see, nobody knows anything about Hall yet. He's younger and he's more mobile. So it could work to our advantage because he's not going to sit there and wait. He's a young kid. He's going to be he's going to make some plays. He's not going to be Kirk. In certain things, he's not going to be Kirk. If he is, then the coach is in his ear. But he's got some athletic ability. He's going to use it.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to make some of the throws that Kirk made either.
No. So you're going to have to you're going to have to compensate somewhere.
Yep.
And like you said, Sarah, that's where the short game comes in.
Because that touchdown pass to Addison was an absolute dime today by Cousins.
Oh, that's perfect. Over Jair Alexander.
Yeah. But
Right?
this comment from George. Yes, George. Quasey's first draft is a total bust.
Right
But
now it is.
his second draft is looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll find out even more with Jaron Hall.
Yeah,
And
his
what is done is done. So
Yeah.
regardless, it's like it happened.
well
Yeah.
now with Kwesi, he's going to be graded on what he does with this situation.
Yep.
You know, he was going to be graded on the cousin situation anyway, because basically, Mark Wilf basically put him out there, hung him out there to dry. He's like, you know
Oh
what?
yeah,
He left it. He said he was leaving it up to Kwesi.
yeah.
The
I saw
decision
that.
on and he basically hung him up. He's basically set him out there on his own. So it's almost like the Wilfs were kind of backing away from the whole Cousins decision. But unfortunately, Mark Wilf has put his foot in his mouth a few times. And if I'm Kwesi and I'm hearing this, I'm like, why the hell am I here?
Well, and I mean, with Kirk getting hurt, it just speeds up our process of seeing how the team's gonna be without Kirk, anyways. So
You're gonna have to get used to life without Kirk eventually.
right.
This just gave you, now you're gonna get a look at it. And I know we were all like, okay, this team can run the table. This team could still run the table. It still could run these teams. It's not like any of these teams are setting the world on fire. The only one that literally is
The only
was
team
the
that's scared,
Vikings before today.
even with Jaron Hall, the only team that scares me is the Bengals. If the Bengals played against us like they did today, they beat us.
Well, that's one out of what, 8, 9.
The Lions don't scare me.
None of these teams scare me. The Bengals do, but it's going to be cold weather, which is probably our kryptonite now. Imagine that for a Minnesota team.
Late in the season, there's going to be injuries.
There's going to be injuries. I mean, and they say Burrow looked today like like he's getting better from his injury, but you never know. When it's cold weather, those injuries kick in.
Yep, they sure do.
So, I mean, our chances are still there, and the NFC is still open.
As long as we play smart football.
Yeah, that's another thing too. But that you also have to, the smart football part also has to be on the coach, on the head coach. He's got to be I don't know what it is with KOC. I don't know if he's trying to out McVay. I don't know if he's trying to prove, see, I had something to do. I don't know what it is with him, but whatever it is, stop it.
Except that the guy that's in, the guy at center now is not going to be throwing the ball like Kirk and come up with a different game plan,
right,
for him to be successful.
Right. Yeah, he's gonna have to go. He's gonna have to go old school. Put it that way. He's gonna have to go old school. And I know people don't like that in today's NFL, but guess what? Old school does work.
I'd rather have boring football as long as we win.
Yeah. I'll take a boring game and get the W than have a flashy game, put up a bunch of numbers and still lose. It's just you're gonna have to now. It's now up to KOC to put together a game plan that works with his quarterback, and don't put him out there into a situation that's gonna hinder his development. Put it that way.
Yeah, that one play earlier, it was weird that the play where Hall had a strip sack fumble.
Yeah.
That play, it was like, what are you doing?
That's why the sportscasters were like, okay, you've got the clock and the lead. They have no timeouts. Why are you throwing?
But then at the same time, it's like, oh, we can't run anyway, so it's like we have to throw.
But he's not. But here's the thing, though. Even if you're running and getting maybe 1 or 2 yards, you're still taking time off the clock.
Yeah.
I figured, George.
And that's the whole thing. It's like he's got. I swear to God, he's allergic to running the ball. But a friend of mine brought this up to me too. He worked with McVay. What doesn't McVay do? Run the football.
Yeah, but he runs enough, though.
Yeah, and what's his name? KLC's just the opposite. He's not running at all. And when he does run, it's with the wrong back. That's another problem. It's the wrong back.
Yeah.
So it's
and Cam Akers knows the offense because he was in with San Francisco with Los Angeles the year they went to the Super Bowl. So he should be the starter. I don't know.
Why is Akers not getting on the field?
I don't know.
And he's looked good on the field when he does play.
Who?
Cam Akers.
Oh.
You know, and
I'm not gonna lie. Even though we had a 14-point lead, I did get a bit nervous at the towards the end of the game.
Yeah, they were.
Last year they blow that game. The defense blows that game last
year. There were moments where they were literally trying to. And the refs were doing it too, trying to keep the Packers in the game. Yeah. But I got the sense. You know how you got that sense when it was Aaron Rodgers? The game was never over,
right?
Because he could bring you back. But with this Packer team, once the Vikings got 24, they were checked out. They really were, and I even noticed that with LaFleur. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets run out of town in Green Bay. Because that team
they were so angry about Rodgers, but now they're finding out having Rodgers wasn't so bad.
Right. Well, then they got on McCarthy. They even got on Holmgren.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it's like, okay, you know what, guys? It ain't the coach. And I think they would have had a goal line stand on that touchdown if Evans doesn't get twisted in the coverage. They would have stopped. That would have been a goal line stand.
Oh yeah, they couldn't run on the goal line this game.
Yeah,
the one touchdown they scored, they had to throw it.
Yep. And I think if Evans plays defense right, that's a goal line stand.
Well, and then when you draft receivers that you're gonna develop, it's gonna take them 2-3 years to develop. They're not gonna be ready to go.
By the way, did you guys see the Broncos troll the Chiefs?
What did they do?
They played Taylor Swift after they beat him.
Oh,
shake it off.
Oh my God.
They played shake it off. They played shake it off.
That is funny.
I just saw that on Twitter. I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, by the way, we need a new kicker.
I've actually been defending Joseph this year because he was perfect up until last week's game.
You jinxed him.
But now I hope he's reverting to the Greg Joseph of last year.
Are coming back again.
Yeah, it's and then it's just we've got holes, but we don't need to go and blow up this team now just for a temporary fix at quarterback.
Well, and then with the rookie quarterback too, we're going to need every single point that we can get, and we can't afford Joseph to missing kicks.
No, he's got to come through now. He's got to come through. But once again, KOC in the red zone, the red zone is his kryptonite. He just can't get it.
Did they get one today to Hawkinson? But yeah,
Hawkinson and Akers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
today.
But
like 3, 4.
It's funny how. Isn't it funny how Madison's supposed to be the power back, but Akins did a power run on that touchdown?
I know. Yeah, Akers was running over people. And plus, he got that touchdown because guess what? His knees never touched the ground. He was on top of the tackler, and he could crawl over. But it's like it's a game like this. We should be talking about. We won by 14 points. We should just. And I wanted to see this team win by more than a touchdown. I wanted to see them dominate the team. And they kind of did today. But it's all come crashing down when Cousins got hurt. But I'm not at that ilk where, oh my God, Cousins is gone, our season's over. There's a lot of Viking fans like that.
Well, and I think it helped that Cousins got hurt like in the fourth quarter.
Well, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny that people are like, Kirk. Oh, I hate Kirk Cousins. I saw this on Twitter. People say, "Oh, Vikings, Kirk Cousins sucks. Kirk Cousins is this. Kirk Cousins got hurt today. Oh no, Kirk Cousins is hurt. What are we gonna do?" Can't have it both ways. You can't sit there and
Right.
say you hate him and then get mad when he gets hurt. You know?
Right. The only thing the injury did was it just put your future in fast forward.
Yep.
That's all it did. Basically, this is Back to the Future.
It's
Yeah.
fast in your future by 8 months.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a good win, but now you know that this defense is going to have to carry this team now. They're going to have to play their asses off.
Which was a lot like 2017.
Yeah. They're going to have to play their asses off. You're going to rely on Jaron Hall to make a few positive plays. He's going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Just be prepared.
But see, George, that goes back to how well Jaron Hall plays.
Yeah. You can still draft a quarterback like a backup to him, though.
Yeah, but it
Have
wouldn't
two
be
young
it wouldn't be the first pick.
No, it wouldn't be the first pick.
If Jaron Hall plays like Brock Purdy, they're not going to draft a quarterback. They're going to keep Hall.
I don't know. At first I thought with the way the defense was playing, they do need depth. So if you're going to draft, you got to draft on the lines. You still need linebackers.
Yeah.
Maybe another tight end, not a tight end, a wide receiver. But first pick is, depending on how Hall does, that's up in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, babe. That's my girl. Trisha.
Time for you to go.
No, she lives in California, but her team is the Falcons, and so she
should come on and give us her thoughts.
Oh, you. Oh my gosh, I know, because I know today she was probably screaming at her TV because Ritter
Trisha,
was in there.
Thoughts on Ritter.
Hey, I tried to punt. I kept asking her, you guys could have Cousins. She's like, no, I heard you for the last 6 years complain about Kirk Cousins. No, I don't want him.
But at least
Okay, here's the deal with that clipping call. Me and her attended a Viking Falcons game in 2015. The Falcons had a touchdown on a run by, I forget who their running back was at the time, but the play was called back on a bogus clipping call. There was no clipping call. And on the next play, Matt Ryan threw an interception, which killed the drive. She still has not got over it.
That's also a penalty they don't call very much anymore.
that's a long grudge. But I guess I'm not over.
Well, I still hate the Falcons from '98. So
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys, I'm okay with it, but and she's a Braves fan too, so I also got 91 on her with the Twins. So
I hate the fact that he fell off the first pay bag like that.
But yeah, so we'll be, it's love her to death, but we're gonna be playing each other, so we'll hear each other bitch and moan. But yeah, it's
I am excited to see, after I took my nap, after being pissed off about Cousins being hurt and watching Rap and then coming on here, I am excited to see what Hall can do. I am, I still think we can beat the teams that are in front of us with Hall. And if we don't,
well, then you move on. You move on. But you don't know until you give him a shot.
Yeah.
So give him a shot, see what he does. Who knows? He could ball out on Sunday. He could. He's on the road, so that's going to be a thing. Hostile territory.
I don't think so. I think there'll be more purple than red.
It could be. There's a lot of transplants down there.
But they do like the Falcons in Atlanta, though. I will say that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Falcons are very, very popular. I want to see that new stadium one of these days.
They did this goal chant at Lambeau after we won.
Oh my God, I saw that. That had to burn every Wisconsin fan's ass, every Packer fan's ass, that we went in there and did this goal chant.
We also, when I went to the last Cowboy game, the last time the Vikings played here, they were doing the skull chant, but they were doing the skull chant with like 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. I said, y'all really going to do that with this team that early in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
I don't do the skull chant until there's triple zeros and we won. I've seen this team blow way too many leads. That's the game they almost came back. Kendricks had to make that play.
Kendricks had to make the
win.
play.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I know.
But yeah, just the fact that we went into Green Bay, we actually handled them. And
that game was not close.
No, it wasn't close. And correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't it look like there was more Viking? It looked like it was 50-50 as far as fans, right?
Well, you got to keep in mind, most Packer fans don't know what it's like for their team to suck.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Yeah, they're selling their tickets because they don't want to come and see the games.
Yeah, they're talking about firing
everyone.
LaFleur, firing, getting rid of Jordan Love, getting rid of everybody. But it's like Mark, what's his name? The president, Mark Murphy. He's at retirement age. He's not going to make any changes before he retires.
How long has
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She called me from every one of them. Yeah, she's not the only team she hates worse than the Packers is the Cowboys. So
yeah, those are the two teams I hate the most.
Yeah. But yeah, we won another division game too. That's the biggest thing. So
yeah, I think we're the only team. I think they're the only NFC North team that's 2-0.
No, the Lions are. Wait,
the Lions have only played one division game, right?
I think the only one they played are the Packers.
Yeah, the Lions have only played one game against the NFC North teams.
Yep. Yeah, we are 2-0 in the division, 3-game winning streak. What is it? 4 out of the last 5 we've won?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty damn good after the start we had.
Yeah,
so the Lions beat the Packers.
2 wins were not impressive, but the last 2 wins here were.
It's almost like you almost got the sense they were gaining steam. They were kind of maybe putting together a run of some sort, and then all of a sudden Kirk gets hurt, but you can still put together that run. You still can.
Yeah, the Lions play the Bears in 2 weeks. So they play the Raiders, and they play the Chargers, and they play the Bears.
Raiders, Chargers, Bears. Where are they playing the Chargers at?
They are playing in Los Angeles.
That's not a guarantee they're going to win that game.
And then so they have a home game against the Raiders. Then they're on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Then they play
and
2
they don't
more
have a
home
running
games.
back. Remember?
Yeah, they don't have a running back now. They can't run the ball either. Wow. For the NFL to devalue one position as much as they did, now it's a position of need for a lot of teams. A lot of teams. So, but guys, I got to head out of here.
Okay.
I'm going to log off. And
well, I appreciate everybody who was here tonight. We had a lot of people tonight. Some people are excited. Some people are. I did see some people say that they're glad that Kirk got hurt. So now they can see what Hall has. Somebody even laughed. Did a laughing emoji on Twitter when Cousins got hurt. So
I never get to the point where I laugh at somebody's injury.
Yeah,
that's just I don't do that. I've been hurt. I've had the same injury that Kirk's got. But what it did was just kind of move up the process of seeing what this team has and looking at another quarterback, a younger quarterback. But no, do you want to see him get hurt? No. Do I blame KOC for his injury? Hell yeah, for calling the damn play and not running the ball. But, it's football. It happens.
So, final thoughts, Sarah. What's your final thought?
We'll see what the news brings us in the next 2 days.
Yes.
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 That's the next 2 days would be very important. Yes.
Yeah. So I'll be watching the waiver wire closely.
And however the news brings to us is we'll have a better idea of where the team's gonna head on based on what happens or doesn't.
Yeah, we'll see what they're thinking. We'll see if they're thinking long term or short term. I'm hoping long, but if they feel they can win now, management is who they are.
By the way, I'm not nobody in this chat. By the way, I'm saying they said they got.
Yeah, none of us did. It was all over social media. Social media is.
Yeah.
But
sounds like Sarah needs to let her dog out.
I will be watching.
She wants my food.
Oh, okay.
I will be watching the waiver wires and see what's going on. And
yep,
it's you won this week. You had a setback. It's on to next week. One game at a time. That's all you can do.
Next man up is all you can do.
Exactly.
So, well, I want to thank you everybody for joining. The Vikings are the hottest team in the league right now, maybe other than the Eagles. So they have a longer winning streak than the Eagles do right now. So we'll see how it comes out.
I know you're scared. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, if I were you. I know you're scared.